Itulah. We'll start when you guys start. Macam biasa lah. Cold open.
Alright. So, do we need the tinfoil hats on or off for this episode? Or are we not doing that since there's no Sony presentation?
Are you saying the tinfoil hats are Sony exclusives?
Yes.
What a way to start things off.
Yeah, I guess that's the kickoff. Alright then. Welcome to dia.log, the Game Matters podcast.
Welcome.
Episode 86 also will be known as the Summer of Summer E3 2021 Game Fest of Gaming.
Man, I have to take a few seconds to wrap my head around that. Summer of Summer, or Game Fest, or Gaming. You know what? I'll just call it E3.
Yeah, just call it E3. Everybody wants the branding, god damn it. That's the world we live in right now. Introducing the panel, we have Danial over there. And then the other side is Anan.
What's up?
And long-time friend of the podcast, we have Burhan back.
Hello. Thank you for having me back, Gamer Matters. Burhan here, happy to be here.
And happy summer, I guess, for everyone. Except the folks that have to like write all 100 plus written articles about this new game or this new release or this new game gets another release.
Thank God I'm no longer working that job.
Okay, fine.
But hey, I have to stay up during the weekend to watch PUBG matches. Like, would you guys prefer doing that?
We're trading different kinds of hell right now because summer is hot right now. Summer, man, summer.
Summer. This is the season of, you guessed it, it's the season of Elden Ring. Yeah.
Oh, wait, the pop-off is already starting right now. Oh, by the way, since this is the quote-unquote E3 2021 episode, we're just gonna talk about the news. All the E3 stuff, because we stay up so long, we have to make content out of it. Otherwise, it won't be worth it.
Oh. I'm like, even though I missed E3 last year, after the 5 days of this, like, okay, now I know I don't like this one.
And you know the ramifications.
I can barely remember.
Yeah.
You know the ramifications of E3 not present last year?
It stretched until August.
No, that's what happened. Our Dorito Pope with his Mountain Dew holy water Jeff Chili has blessed us with a whole season of video games. The never-ending summer of video games, and now it continues and exists together with E3. Now we have 2 parallel universes of different video games, and someone has the ballsy idea of like calling, hey, let's call it Summer of Gaming. That's a very umbrella term. Chop, that's IGN's name. That's IGN's gonna call it. So what we're gonna call? What's the generic term? E3. Yeah, let's go back to E3, I guess. Hence, the very confusing title. Everybody wants their brand on there.
Exactly. Like everyone around, the point is that everyone wants to separate themselves from E3. And at the same time, we still want to be part of the summer, you know? Like, let's put summer in the name.
Speaking of everyone wants their own piece of the show. Dude, what? How many shows are there? Thank God that Danial just shared us the website E3 recap, E3 2021 recap.com.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 2021.e3recap.com. Okay, to those guys that they actually do the 100. Well, they didn't write the written articles, but they at least compile every single game announcement from every single conference and show, including the ones that we're not gonna talk about today. 07, my guys. 07, salute.
You guys are the champs.
It's ridiculous. Just look at how many games, and some of them are like, some of them should not be in their own show.
Exactly. And again, to repeat, the website is, if you guys want to refer, it's 2021.e3recap.com. That's the one you can go, and it's all there. All the games are there. Like, even games without thumbnails and images, they just lift it down and you can just click, and it has a link to the trailer or the gameplay overview. It's good. It's real good.
And now,
okay, before we start, a suggestion to any developers listening to this. One word of advice: go to your big publisher with your MP4 file in a thumb drive. Give it to, I don't know, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. Here's our game. Can you promote it instead of doing your own show?
Isn't that just classic E3 then? Like, we have the big three conferences and everyone just does that.
Yeah. Or better yet, kasih dekat tu our Dorito Pope, Mr. Jeff Keighley. He will do, just give the games, he'll do it.
I'd rather see more MP4s rather than developer interviews for games that are not coming out for anytime soon.
Same, agree. Like, oh my god, like, you've had, the thing about E3 that you've had years to perfect the formula of announcing games and teasing games, and you should know by now that inviting one or two men or women up on the stage and saying, we're so excited to show you guys what it's going to look like in August, in October, we're going to reveal more things. Oh, it doesn't mean anything. Nobody cares. Don't talk about it unless you have something to show. And then somebody's going to write an article macam, the Twitch chat for E3 2021 has been so toxic. So, my dude, like, if you have nothing to say and you take up people's times, of course people are gonna be angry.
Speaking of talking too much, yesterday, we did see like the extended version macam interviews for the Xbox stuff. Tim Schafer did the worst thing any developer could do. He spoiled the entire game.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, don't tell me, because I am legit excited for Psychonauts. Like, Psychonauts 1 was one of my favorite games, so do not spoil me. I am so excited for Psychonauts 2.
Okay, Burhan, we'll save that thought and we'll save the Team Schafer bashing at a later time, because we have a show to talk about. Oh boy.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I think the format is that we have a list of conferences that are noticeable enough for us to talk about. If they are not listed in our docket, that means that it is not noticeable enough for us to talk about, but some of the games might appear later on. That's
looking at you, Bandai Namco.
So we'll just talk through the overall. What is the show exciting? Is the presentation okay? Is it cringe or Resident Sleeper, or is it hype, baby? Let's do this, let's go. So that's the whole bit. So let's go through one by one and see what the room feels through. Because we've been watching too much and we have to say something. We have to critique. Yeah. Okay. Starting with the unofficial opening of the Summer of Summer E3 2021 Game Fest of Gaming, and the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, that name's growing on me. I like it. You know, Summer of Summer E3 2021 Game Fest of Gaming. I like it. You know what? Send that to Papa Kili. He might like it. Send it to him.
That's the good reason why I lay out, just so it is like very easy to see when you look at it in text. There's like parentheses on there. It just flows so well.
It's true. You guys are hearing it on the podcast. You're thinking, you know, that's kind of confusing. If you read it, it's not. It's actually pretty catchy when you read it.
So, Summer Game Fest. Papa Jeff, what did he show?
Oh, Summer Game Fest. What a way to open things. Are we
Guess
gonna
can
go
just talk.
through each game one by one?
We're just gonna talk about the games yang I think the most relevant, I guess. So,
Okay.
starting
Okay.
with the elephant in the room lah terus, Elden Ring.
Okay, let me set the tone. Alright, here's the thing about Summer Game Fest. The way the show is presented is that it feels like old school presentation of a bygone era in some ways, which is an era Jeff Keighley resides in, I guess. Because you have the game announcements, the world premieres, which is Jeff knows that people want to see that, but
Yes.
Jeff really also wants to highlight the people behind the games, which is one, very respectable, but two, boring to watch as a show, especially when people just cares about the trailers.
Yes, that is true.
Like, my god, I don't know what. Okay lah, Kojima's there because he's his bestie. Fine, but then
We
then
all
we have
expected that. We all expected that. We know Kojima would have been there somehow. Like if Jeff was gonna make a show, he had to fit in Kojima somehow. Like he was going to do it anyway. And kebetulan Kojima had what was that? Death Stranding director's cut, which I assume he was inspired after watching the Snyder cut for Justice League. He's like, you know what? I can do it too. I can make a longer game. Somebody like this is also a blatant example of nobody at the Kojima
Sony
production studio being able to say, Kojima-san, no, you don't need to do this. Every time Kojima does it, he's like, yeah, you know what, let's do it. Yeah, nobody's gonna say no. What, he wants a director's cut of a 70-hour game? Alright, we'll make a director's cut.
you didn't even have to do a 1 year campaign for it. What a shame.
Just drop it. Just drop it in SGF. Yeah, do it. I save it. It's probably the mentality, you know what, I'll save it for my friend Jeff. I'll save it for you, Jeff.
Jeff's son will like this. Okay.
Jeff's son will like this.
The other thing about Summer Game Fest is I personally don't get it, but I guess this is to appeal to the mainstream crowd. Musical performances.
Oh my god. What was it? Was it
The
Weezer?
toilet break.
Who was it? Who performed for Summer Game Fest?
Japanese
Weezer, right?
breakfast. Weezer and Japanese breakfast.
Weezer and Japanese breakfast. There you go. God, that was what we would call, what was it that you guys called it? The toilet break
The
segment?
toilet break, the toilet break segment.
No, the big problem is that I thought it was just a musical performance, but apparently it's also promoting something. Like Japanese breakfast was actually performing because it was
Sable.
promoting Sable, the game that I was super hyped up for, like from 2019. And I didn't realize that they dropped the release date during that time. I just said, Allah, Jani, oh, she's singing, okay, beautiful song, but this is not my kind of thing. To the point that I didn't notice the release date. That was the big drop. Oh God.
Yeah, because the impression was that if you're gonna do like a musical show in the middle of a gaming showcase, the assumption would be that okay, this is the break time because you know it's fun, chill, happy. Nobody would think that you would, unless you made it really clear, like okay, this performance also comes with a important or interesting reveal. Like there was no clue about that. I think they just said like, hey, there's gonna be musical performance. Nobody would have guessed that it would come along with something important.
Yeah, even the Weezer performance was also a cross promo. It helped one game, Wave Break, to
Wave
reach.
Break, yeah, there you go.
The game was released at the end of the day of Summer Game Fest, and I believe probably because of the Weezer performance alone, it got into the Steam top selling charts.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good move by SGF. If that was the intention, was that like this game?
Yeah, I think that was the intention.
Yeah, if this game is gonna totally fly under the radar for a lot of people, let's just pair it up with the Weezer performance. Like people are not gonna pay attention, but like there's gonna be a video of like cute animals doing cool tricks on like what's it called, jet skis?
Yeah,
like,
jet skis.
Yeah, let's just do that, and boom, like people are like, hey, you know, there's a game during the music performance. This looks pretty cool. Let's check it out.
The fact of the matter that the game totally gone from the charts after the few days after that speaks a lot. It's totally because of the boost from Weezer. God
I mean, it could
damn.
be worse. It could be in the original Purgatory that is Google Stadia.
Oh yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Okay lah, those guys deserve it lah. They deserve the break. The wave break deserves a break. Okay, but at least the show ends with a very strong note. Jeff was perfectly hyping it up.
I think before we go to there, speaking about the whole doing cringe things and like inviting developers to talk, you all remember that studio? What was it called? Deviation? You guys remember that part? Deviation Studio or something?
Yeah, I brought that one.
Deviation Games, right? These guys didn't show anything, so this was probably the for me the downer part of the whole show. It did that classic thing of let's invite developers to talk about their exciting project, and there's nothing to be shown. Not even a picture of a game. It's just them announcing, "Hey, we're opening a new studio. We are they're Treyarch. I think they're Treyarch.
Yeah, it's Treyarch. Yeah.
Yeah, Treyarch, and we call it Deviation Games because we deviate. It's like, dude, what does that even mean? Like, okay, well, what game? What game though? Like, how are you deviating from the norm? Like, you come from Treyarch, okay? Like, you're probably not gonna be able to make anything too crazy. But who knows? But still, that was a strange thing. Like, I understand the big announcement about that was that they wanted to announce they are partnering with PlayStation. Like, okay, big thing, you guys are partnering with PlayStation. But I still don't get like why people would give airtime to these kind of announcements. Like, hey, we have announcements to make, and the announcement is basically we have a new studio, no games to show. Like, what's the point? My only assumption is that it's a friend kind of thing. Like, Jeff probably knows these guys back when he was working as an insider for the industry, and then like he worked with Treyarch. Maybe he spoke to them, and they know Jeff. They called him, "Hey Jeff, can we get a slot like to talk about our new game?" Or maybe PlayStation approached Jeff, something like that. I suppose.
I believe I would like to incline to believe the PlayStation Jeff approaches PlayStation. Hey PlayStation, what do you got? Any announcements? Oh, we have this blog post we're gonna do. Okay. Let's just get these guys on stage, because you know what?
Perfect sense.
Because you know what? If you look at the post PlayStation blog announcement of Deviation Games X PlayStation, you see the same format for a few other indie devs that also announced that sort of deal. It's basically the same thing. It's basically you can do it in the blog post.
Oh my
god! But
god!
decided otherwise.
So basically, Mr. Jeff Keighley was on his knees at PlayStation HQ, like, boss, please give me like God of War 2 teaser, Horizon Zero Dawn, like 2-minute gameplay also can. Like, he was begging, and PlayStation was like, no, we're gonna have our own show after this, but we have this one blog post. How about that?
One blog post?
And just like, you know what? Fine, I'll take the blog post.
But then he said like, I can also get Death Stranding director's cut.
Hey, Death Stranding director cut, he doesn't need to go to PlayStation. He's like my friend is Kojima-san. I don't need that shit.
Direct line. That was direct line. But
direct line.
But let's get it straight. I'm just suggesting. I'm not saying it's true. Just suggesting.
Yeah. Exactly. That could have been it. But I like the idea of Jeff begging to PlayStation and
look, Team 4 hat is on for this one.
Dude. Yes. Going back to what Meck was saying, it ended with a bang. Jeff, like, okay, if I was typical gaming fan talking about E3 like it was 2014, I would say, if I was that kind of guy, I would say Jeff won E3. You know, like usually you'd say PlayStation won E3, Xbox won E3, Nintendo. No, this year, Jeff won E3 before it even started. Elden Ring, baby!
That's a loaded reveal. You see gameplay, you see story, you see new mechanics. Most importantly, release date.
Yeah. Man, it's like the wait was so worth it. Like it's been so long and there's nothing. Like people would just it's like managing expectations. People are thinking, just give us something. We don't mind if it's like 10-second footage also can lah, as long as Elden Ring. And then like the marketing brothers and sisters at FromSoft was like, we're gonna like blow their socks off with this one. Just show everything. And at the end, release date. Ooh, like you guys at From Software Marketing, hats off. Great job.
Very cool.
Oh, so good, man. So good. Like I was, Meck and Danial was there. I was jumping, shouting.
Yep. Can say that happened. I mean, everybody. We were in a watch party that time, and everybody was ballistic on voice chat. Everybody was popping off. The bigger person is of course Burhan lah. He's the one popping off the most.
It's me, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was staying up that night for the sake of Elden Ring only, and it came true. That's all I wanted. That's all I ever wanted.
Imagine, Burhan, there's a timeline in this universe that you didn't see Elden Ring. How do you feel about him?
That would just be another day in the life of Burhan, man. Just another day. Just picture me scratching on my room wall. You know that thing people do in prisons, counting the days, how many days they have been in prison, right? That's me. Just like one more line. You know what? It's okay. It's okay, boys. We'll wait for another year. It's 2022. Let's go. Elden Ring.
Shout out to the Elden Ring news channel. That guy is also popping off. He's stopped being depressed now. All his news, daily news stuff is all very hopeful stuff.
Do you see that the power of that one reveal, like literally saved a man from darkness and despair?
The bit where he's just like crying while watching the reveal, and then there's Elden Ring news today.
Oh shit.
It was emotional. That was emotional for me. That was the investment I feel about Elden Ring. Watching that guy coping through the darkness of no Elden Ring news. Finally, content for the channel.
After like months and months of just like picking up the small cookie crumbs within the tinfoil hat, like saying, it might come the next week. There might be this reveal tomorrow, and suddenly it hits you. Woo!
Man.
But realistically speaking, I believe there still is the chance for the game to be delayed lah, because it's the pandemic, and Tokyo of all places is not recovering. Tokyo is still being hit really hard by the pandemic, despite some
Olympics going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like despite some of the images we see, photographs of how people are living in Tokyo, it's still in a pretty not good situation. So if Elden Ring gets delayed from that release date, I wouldn't be surprised. But if they nail it, that's a strong start for 2022. That's a very strong start. Like you start off the year with Elden Ring, it's really good. January, man.
What a weird time to release a good game. Hopefully, a good game.
It is. I'm pretty sure, like the moment that video came out, like the release date came out in the video, like every other video game marketing department was like, okay, check January. If we're releasing there, don't release. We move somewhere else. Do not release in Elden Ring month. Nobody is gonna pay attention to us.
Do you know one other game that's doing that as well? Advance War.
Hey.
They have December all to themselves. Tapi we are getting ahead ourselves. Itu in the Nintendo punya conference.
Alright, let's move on. I'm grouping this because in my mind they are kind of the same thing, but actually no. But I have nothing much to say about IGN Expo.
So
I don't know. I don't know. Did we watch? Oh yeah, we did watch IGN Expo. God damn! But
we did.
It was the only type, like the start was just Doki Doki, and then just goes downhill from there.
I think IGN Expo, the thing that really, how to say, it was pure E3 cringe done right. Yeah, it was E3 cringe. Like I have no hate towards the IGN guys who hosted the show, but there was this. I don't know if you guys sensed it. Like they tried to do this buddy thing. Like they tried to be very chummy with each other, but it came off really non-genuine, and it just like I was thinking the whole time you can just speak to each other like normal pals. That would have been way better. But they tried to do hey dude, like I'm so into this unpacking game, yo, like unpacking. Like stop, just talk like normal people, please.
Oh yeah, they're totally doing a lot of bits. Like the fact that we have the hype man and the very straight man that doesn't want to join with the hype man.
Yes, they were doing that bit. Yeah.
I mean, if you're into like sketch stuff, I guess that would be fine. But it would be better if they just present it like themselves. I would totally just because those guys look okay, but because they are like they are like putting a lot. They are trying hard to put on a bit. It just comes off ingenuous.
Exactly.
Hence the cringe. I can tolerate it, but I can see people like.
What I don't get is why is there still this perception that your audience, quote unquote gamers, are people that need to be appealed to like a comedy clubhouse audience, you know, like, oh, we gotta be like really funny, really snappy with each other, like you really don't need to. Like it's just like whether the people watching are young adults, teenagers, or matured old people who are still gaming. It's like we're just here to see cool reveals of games. Like you can just talk about how you love games, and that will be good enough. I don't get that. I don't get why that is still so difficult to grasp.
Yeah, like we're not kids anymore. By the way, we are 20 something people who.
Yeah. And know for a fact, like a lot of people who are paying attention to your live streams and gonna really spend money to buy your games are working adults.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for that showcase, like for me, the highlight was DDLC Plus lah. Not particularly because I'm excited for it, but I just didn't see that coming at all. Like Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, what? Nobody. I never expected that. I thought like what's his name? What's the name of the developer?
Dan Salvatore. Yeah,
Dan Salvatore. Yeah, there you go. Dan Salvatore was just working on a new game, like entirely something new. He teased about it before. And I was assuming he would reveal that lah instead of DDLC Plus. But seeing as how DDLC Plus is not really a brand new game, it's just the same game with like extra chapters. So I'm pretty sure he's still working on that other project. Yeah. So this is like something perhaps for hardcore fans and those who haven't gotten into the game yet, especially for console. Which thank you for Danial for mentioning that, especially for console. Yeah. So like DDLC has never been released outside of PC. So I'm excited to see how the game is going to. Well, I don't want to spoil, so I'm gonna say how the game is going to surprise console players.
Like I agree with Burhan. Like this is actually the thing that Team Salvador is doing is basically the norm in Japan, because the likes of Danganronpa, Clannad, all. They usually, the year after they launch, they will launch it on consoles. There's something extra. Like, I think Danganronpa, they put in another mode, like in one of the games, Tasila, for the console release. So he's doing the same thing, like all the Japanese developers are doing. Which is fair.
Okay. I guess another game, does anyone else wanna like, Meck, do you have anything to say about the DLC Plus?
No comment. You guys thought you have more input on that than I can bring in input.
Yeah, okay. I guess another thing I would say is that as someone who played and quite enjoyed the DLC, another appeal of it is to see like, it's like one of those games where it's like Five Nights at Freddy lah, in the sense that whenever the creator releases something, if it's an extra thing, like a spin-off or whatever, Even if he says it's
yeah.
non-canon or it's not important, you know for a fact he's gonna fit in some kind of reference or story point that really reveals more about the characters and what's going on. So that's also another appeal of this plus thing lah, which I think if it's cheap enough when it comes out, like I'm definitely I might check it out because I enjoyed the original game, so why not?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, first up before that, happy retirement, Scott Hoffman. Why do you tweet that?
Oh, Scott Coffin. Also Scott Cotton. Sorry. Also happy retirement to Game Theory. You're not gonna have enough content anymore.
Rip your money making machine. But But like I think, and this is since it's also coming to PC as well. Dan Salvador can probably like letak more hints of the next game in the side stories. Right? Maybe if you break the side story, something else entirely boleh jadi.
Yeah. That is entirely possible. The only thing I hope doesn't happen is that he takes off the original DDLC, which then makes it impossible for people to play it for free. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope he'll just leave the free ones there and allow people to buy the plus version if they want more of it. Yep. Yeah, that's all I got to say about DDLC Plus. Good. Unexpected announcement.
Yeah, when you guys say that IGN Expo is being hard carried by DDLC Plus, I can believe that just from the minutes of DDLC talk alone.
Yeah.
I was expecting this was gonna be a quick breeze. But wow, alright. Moving on to something that was held on not the same day, but because of the overlapping announcements, it kind of like occupies it. Both of these showcases are occupying the same place in my head. The Wholesome Direct.
Yeah.
Oh, Wholesome Direct.
Oh man, it is so wholesome that I think I've overdosed from wholesomeness. It's too much.
So, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they reveal like what 60, 70 games in that showcase?
Yeah.
There's a lot of good games there, but the thing is, when you try to boil down all it into one show, you start to see a pattern coming out of them. We've made a counter for photography games. There are a lot of games involving farming and crafting. There are a few visual novels.
Yeah, the best part, I think, me and Meck were watching that as well. That direct, like it took them until like the last half hour of the show before we see a game with combat.
Oh damn! That's an interesting thing because it tells you that when designing video games, combat is such a budget heavy thing to do. Like combat isn't easy because the thing about combat is that unless you do it well, it's just not worth doing. It's gonna drag your game down. And showcases like this really show that off. Like if you have a limited budget, you have to be creative to the point where your game doesn't need combat to be fun. Because when you think about it, the majority of popular games, it's all about fighting somebody, about shooting somebody. And so when you're constricted by budget, the simplest thing that people look for, you have to walk around it somehow. You have to find a way to make it interesting without that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna say about the Wholesome Direct is that I'm glad it exists, but I'm not gonna do a one shot looking through all of the showcase again, because as I sit down on one watch, I just see the same color palette, the same kind of mechanics, the same kind of cuteness, it's too much. I'm taking wholesome overdose. I like the wholesomeness of the game. I like that the games are this sort of games being showcased, and that's why I always adore when say after the big budget titles being shown on like say another showcase, and okay, let's step it down, let's see some nicer stuff. Alright, cool, yeah, let's go fishing game, let's go. But then when you see the third fishing game on the same show for the it's a bit too much, my man.
But like that would I'm interested to find out if you guys, what would you guys think would be a better way to present this then? Because how I see it is that there's definitely a lot of good games in here. There's possibly a GOTY in here, you know. Out of all these 70 games, there's got to be something that somebody's gonna love so much they're gonna play hundreds of hours of it. There's got to be something here. But I agree, if you show like all these games in one showcase, at one point, everything's going to look like the same 8-bit or retro graphics game, just in different aesthetics. So like how can they improve upon that? Like how would it be done better actually? Like I'm thinking maybe like have a Wholesome Direct Part 1 and 2. At least you can split the amount of games, right? Yeah, at least you pan it out a bit. Like don't do it all in one shot. You can do one like on the early phase of E3, and then do one like on the late phase. After a few big showcases, you do another Wholesome Direct. Yeah, I mean that's one idea I can think of.
Yeah, I think like I for a concert maybe like before. After the Jeff Keighley punya Summer Game Fest, you can put in the part 1 of Wholesome Fest. And then like you wait until, let's say macam Xbox punya kan orang tunggu kan. Like there is literally a gap between for us lah, like 11 to 1. There is a good long gap nak tunggu. Why don't you slot in like around 11:30 you can slot in?
Yeah, split up the fishing games, man. We just one fishing game per show or two, okay. Too much. It's too much. But seriously, Burhan, when you say that there are a couple of good Game of the Year contenders, I believe so, because there are some actually good standout games. Like unpacking is such a fun thing, even though it's such a mundane chore thing to do in real life, but it's so satisfying. Like seeing all those stuff being rearranged and being put into a new home. And there's other cool stuff that I'm gonna mention later during this later after we go through all the shows. And we see the competitor to The Sims, Paralyze.
That's pretty good as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see a contender to the Sims throne, and The Sims has been laxing too much on the throne for quite some years.
What's the name again of that game? That wants to like compete with The Sims. What's it called again?
Paralyze. Paralyze.
Yeah.
Paralyze.
I remember, because I have a friend who's actually like one of the backers. It's on Kickstarter or Patreon, right? This game.
Patreon.
Yeah. One of my friends is the backer of the game. Yeah.
It looks super promising, and it
looks really promising. Yeah.
It just shows a minute trailer, and that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, true. Because right now, like you said, like EA is content with The Sims. And it's not at a good place. Like The Sims is, after 2, after 3, it just keeps getting worse. Actually, they keep taking out the content. It keeps being
being sold down. Back. Yeah,
exactly.
Sold back. Like wow,
so
amazing.
Somebody has to come up and compete with them and say, you know what, Sims has to do better. And the problem is that when you're going up against a giant like EA. It's tough to make something like that, and I don't mind this kind of game being like supported by backers and whatnot. I think it needs that kind of support lah, because otherwise you're gonna go into a boxing match with EA. Like there's no other competitor. It's just you and EA. There's literally nobody else making a Sims clone. So in that fight you're alone, and so if you don't bring out your big guns, of course you're gonna get drowned. So I think it's a good idea lah that this game is being highlighted. I just wish that it wasn't drowned with other 60, 70 other games in the same because this would have been a great highlight for them to get more backers. Really, this would have been so good if Paralyze got like at least a spot in Super Games Fest or even PC Gaming Show. That would have been so good. That would have been so good. Like Paralyze being in Wholesome Showcase, it makes sense from a thematic or a tone perspective. But what a wasted opportunity for the game to get more support. What a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I agree there. Like I think this is the best they can do since they are an indie developer. So like they couldn't get like the backings from, let's say, the likes of PC Gamer, or the Future Game Show. So tapi still it's still quite a miss for them.
Maybe they're just not ready for it yet. Maybe, because the team is still small. I believe like 1 or 2 guys are actually full time, so it's still a small project. So we'll see. But I'm hedging my bets with Paralyze. I'm looking forward to that.
Same.
And also they also in the Wholesome Direct they also like highlighted a few like games from diverse diverse backgrounds in terms of the developers themselves. We saw Support, which is actually made in the Philippines. It's a game about cooking stuff without a recipe because that's how you cook. That's how you cook it.
The agak way.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, it's totally like laced in C values, man. Just do your, just improvise it. Alright.
It's good.
A lot of good stuff from Wholesome Direct. It's just that when you show it back to back, it's gonna be drowning off, as I said, wholesome overdose.
So overdose.
So that's
I'm actually
Wholesome
looking.
Direct.
I'm looking at the list of all the games revealed at Wholesome Direct, and when it comes to cooking game, there's at least 3 cooking games. And they all have the same POV. You're looking at a pot and putting ingredients in.
Check about the fishing games, and then there's the farming games as well. Is that sort of problem? These games deserve a highlight, but when you put it together, all together like that, oh boy, it's gonna be just melting. It's melded into one.
This Wholesome Direct is the kind of showcase where after you watch it live, it's like you gotta come back to it one day and like have a notepad or a document open and write down which ones looks interesting to you. You really gotta do that because during the live stream, you're definitely gonna get tired of watching everything because it's all like one by one. And at one point, it's all gonna like Meck said, it's all gonna melt into one game.
That's why we did that exactly. Me and Daniel, after watching the show, went into the website and say, "Oh yeah, this game looks cool. Oh yeah, this game's also cool."
Yeah.
That game that we just like, Allah, cepat habis. We just want to skip through, and then we look at back. And then look at the whatever the description is. Oh, okay, this sounds actually enticing. So that's the Wholesome Direct experience. Man, I love those guys, but oh boy, too much, please, too much.
Yeah, too much.
The next one is a little bit lean.
Dun.
It's the Ubisoft Forward.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Okay, let's do this.
The good thing is, in terms of like, if you just watch it for the showcase, in terms of the presentation, it's very direct.
It's true. I agree.
They don't waste your time. They show what they need to show. But also for the if your game is not the 6 mainline games that they're gonna showcase at that show, to the pre-show announcement portion you go. Watch Dogs and Trackmania stuff was literally being put at the pre-show to the point that we are second guessing, is it new stuff or not? I always hated that. I always hated when you put big announcements or at least new announcements at the pre-show as if it was nothing.
Like Crash, here's some new Trackmania, whatever. Here's the new For Honor pre-season, whatever.
But at least the ones that they show gameplay, it looks okay. I mean, if you're excited for a new Rainbow Six Left 4 Dead, there you go. You see gameplay.
Like if you played Rainbow Six, and for some reason you were thinking, man, this would be so cool if it had zombies. Well, Ubisoft's got something for you.
Quarantine no more. It's Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yeah, we couldn't call it that anymore due to the current situation.
Big no.
I mean now that Ubisoft is going political, they're not gonna do that kind of political.
Yeah.
They know better, which is good. Good enough to know they have a sense of they have common sense.
Yeah. For me, I watched the showcase after it was already done. I didn't watch it live, but I decided to watch it anyway. And honestly, it was surprisingly okay for me. Like Meck said, they were direct and they showed their games. Not a lot of cringe, not a lot of time wasters. And for me, I was just like, I don't like Ubisoft's way of making money, because they sell you like 3-5 editions of a game so that they split up the kind of content you can get, and then there's also the very predatory micro-transaction practices. But I was very intrigued by Riders Republic. Like when it was first announced.
Let's go.
Yeah, when they first announced it, I was thinking, okay, it's pretty much open world, like Tony Hawk plus what was that, the other game?
Steep.
Oh my god, Steep. Yeah, it's pretty much Steep, but bigger and more ambitious. So when I heard of it at first, I was like, because I was still working as a journalist when Riders Republic was announced, and it didn't catch my attention. But watching the gameplay, wow, like the first person perspective of mountain biking and going down a hill at full speed, wow, that was good. Like I saw that and was like, you know what, I might just like break my Ubisoft do not buy Ubisoft games promise for Riders Republic. It was that good. Like, yeah, I am super excited for Riders Republic. I want to see how it goes. Yeah,
the problem with Steep was he had the promise of something like that, but it didn't, because everything is boring. Everything is just Snow White mountains. Even though they try to like put, we're gonna have the X game, we're gonna do the Olympic stuff, it's still boring. Not everybody is like gonna whiz by and traveling through your perspective the other way, because the online stuff for that generation of console is not that good. It's not to say not good. It's not big enough. It cannot support enough players.
So they were ahead of their time lah.
They were ahead of their time, but also they tarnished the Steep name, so they're not gonna call it Steep 2, so they call it another name. And let's not make snowballs. Let's not make snowballs as the selling point. How about mountain bikes? People are biking now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then, like in this recent trailer, they are baru show. The snowboarding stop is still there.
You can snowboard. You can also grind on rails, because Steep doesn't have rail grinding. If I remember correctly, I don't know. It's so bland, man, Steep, which is unfortunate, because the concept of like free roaming and open mountain is kind of cool. This time for Riders Republic is less of a. I'm not sure if it's all of them are mountains, but they are like national parks in the US.
And it's like split into different biomes. Like you still have a snow mountain, but you also have the rocky and sandy locations. You have a proper urban park for you, like to skateboard and do BMX tricks in. So like I think they revealed before, like there's gonna the world map for the game, and so it's split into like different segments where you do different types of sports in it. But there are also like parts where you do like they're like mixed segments where you do lots of sports in there. And that's where like, you're mountain biking down a hill, then somebody above you, somebody's like paragliding. Like, yeah, they have those locations as well.
I think the biggest thing that Riders Republic needs to get it right is that they need to ensure that the fantasy of having everybody just piling up everywhere while you mountain biking down a hill is actually real and not just CGI stuff.
Yeah,
like the fact that they try, like you see in the gameplay demo, like you are in the technically the main hub, and you see people are just skating around and they're biking around at the skate park, right? If that is true, that is like real people are just hooning around. That's awesome. I think that's the whole appeal for like this sort of games, that I want to be around people but not actually interacting with them directly. I just want to be with people. God damn it, we are trapped in this house.
Yeah. That's basically the appeal here. It's that it's pure gameplay in the sense of I want to do something fun with other people, but I don't want to talk. Like, I don't want to say anything to these people. I just want to be like racing past them, doing tricks next to them, and I want to see them do tricks. This is exactly the kind of thing we want. Ubisoft just has to make sure that's what they get. And because this game is gonna be a live service game, of course, it is a live service game. I'm just hoping they don't mess that part up. Just don't do something like, like here, this section of the park, like, it's not for you. Like, you need this kind of bike and you have to grind like 50 hours to get this bike to go that track. It's like, please don't do that. Please don't. Like, just keep the aesthetics. Just keep aesthetics for microtransactions. Like, you want us to like wear an astronaut Among Us costume or something? Sure, we'll do it. I don't mind. We'll do all the sus jokes you want. Just don't like make the game less fun and punish people for not spending. Like, oh hey, for this particular race you need to be like bike rank 50, and like that's gonna take about 800 hours of gaming. Just don't do that, please. Don't ruin this.
Yep. Interesting to see a house full of Riders Republic's potential fans.
Hey. I mean, like, you show me a video of like first person perspective going down a steep mountain at high speed. I'm in, man. I'm a simple man. Adrenaline, that's all I need.
Oh yeah, and wait until you have to like avoid all those trees. Oh, the nightmares.
Yeah, I haven't thought that far.
Oh boy, ready for that. And other things, oh yeah, Mario has a gun again. 2 guns.
Two guns.
Two guns. Let's go.
Mario Akimbo. The first thing I thought of when I saw Mario with the 2 guns was Tracer.
Oh like my goodness me.
I mean, you're not wrong. They don't show too much of the gameplay, but you can see just glimpses of them trying to not do. The game's called Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, featuring cursed rabbit stars. The cool thing is that they just showed some glimpses of like, oh, we're not gonna do tile based combat. It's like now it's radius based. I think that's new. I believe.
Yeah, it's the one.
They're moving from totally XCOM clone to let's try something else, something like from a Valkyria Chronicles or some other JRPG that uses that kind of system. Or maybe the better comparison is kind of like Divinity. I forgot. Divinity has the radius kind of movement. I forgot. But something along that line. Also, the exploration bits are now full 3D platformers, I believe. Which is interesting.
True.
But, it's on Switch. Of course. It's only on Switch. Of course.
I mean, it's Mario. Well, not gonna see him anywhere outside of Nintendo. I guess one other game that I would say was I don't know if I should call it a surprise. I guess I was kind of surprised, but not that excited. Was the Avatar game?
Oh yeah,
they reviewed that Avatar game.
People remember Avatar?
I forgot.
Frontiers of Pandora. Here we go. Frontiers of Pandora. So they've been teasing this for a while already. Like, we knew Ubisoft was making an Avatar game.
Yeah.
And of course, they decide not to show gameplay, but judging by the concept, it's you play as one of the blue aliens on the planet of, I don't remember the name, and you will save your planet from the colonists. And also, it's a first-person action-adventure open-world game. The first thing I thought was, it's just Alien Far Cry. It's just Alien Far Cry. Just say it.
I'm issues with that. Like, you just make another Far Cry.
Yeah, you're just making another Far Cry in an alien world. That's it. I'm not saying that's not an exciting idea. It's kind of exciting, but we know what you can do. We know what you're gonna do.
I mean, it could be worse. They could have make us play the military guys and fight the blue aliens and make it Ghost Recon.
Oh my god!
They could have make it Ghost Recon.
Oh my god! Was that the original Avatar game? Was that the first Avatar game?
Yeah, that's the original Avatar game back in 2009.
I remember it had the funniest thing. I didn't play the game, but I remember the funniest thing about the game is that I still remember to this day the reviews mentioning it had a morality system. Like, do you want to be a colonist or do you want to save the inhabitants of the planet? Wow! Now that's a choice. That is a choice.
I mean, like, I think it's going to be more of Far Cry Primal, to be the gameplay at least. Since you are just going to fight them with sticks and stones.
Yeah, that is true.
Unless you break into the colonists and grab a machine gun or whatever.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a turret section for somehow. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fit in a turret.
There will be a turret section.
There will be a turret section.
And God wills it. The Ubisoft gods demands a turret section in every Far Cry S game.
Ooh,
So
boy.
yeah, just that Avatar game lah. It surprised me lah that I didn't expect to see it, but a bit disappointed because there was no gameplay. Perhaps if the gameplay was compelling, I might have been interested. But judging by what I've seen, it's probably just like I said, Far Cry Alien World. That's it.
Far Cry Primal 2. This time we're serious.
Far Cry Primal 2.
Aduh. I guess that's Ubisoft. How about we go to the weird showcase?
Oh,
This year's one, can I say that Devolver this year is not that weird? I think it's Steam.
Yeah. But relatively, it's still weird. But compared to other Devolver stuff, this is kinda same. The only thing that's weird is that the lampoon in the industry. That's it.
This punya lamponing is perfect.
Oh yeah, the Devolver Max Pass Plus Premium Purchase.
Max Pass.
Plus.
Max Pass plus premium purchase. Okay, alright. You know what? That's good. I didn't watch it, but the moment you mentioned it to me, yeah, you know what? Thank you for making that joke. I appreciate Devolver.
The whole bit is that you keep on seeing people eating hot dogs and then grabbing another hot dog without finishing the previous hot dog because you can't have too many hot dogs, man.
I wonder what allegory is that?
Totally don't feel guilty about my backlog looking at that video.
Eat all you want, baby. It's a buffet of a million. No. Devolver is only selling physical games. Also, Devolver is selling $1,000 NFT non-fuckwittable tape.
Bodoh lah.
It's a VHS tape of that show. If you it's just a VHS tape recording of that show that we just watched.
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty much how NFTs work.
Yeah, you understand, like that joke was way over what Meck's head kan. When I explained to him, dia baru perasan.
Oh.
I just got the VHS tape angle and the 1,000, and then somebody say, "Oh, NFT. That's why it's called non-fuckwittable too." God damn.
I mean, it is a thing happening in the industry. Like a lot of companies are jumping into NFTs for like it's not their business. Like you're making games. You're like, no. The thing is, like, as someone who's still working in the industry, and I'm speaking to publishers, not gonna name them, of course, because I don't think I can do that. But it's open to the public that I am working with publishers like Riot, like Sony.
And then a few more, just to be safe.
And then a few more. Actually, lots more. And there's been quite a few briefings, because I work in the sales and marketing department. Quite a few briefings where we go in, and I always, thank God, we don't have to turn on our cameras. I always roll my eyes because there's always some executives from some gaming companies gonna say, we're also exploring NFTs. I'm like, what? Why? What for? And
God, that one down before that. Do you know what one company that already gone through with the NFTs?
Oh my God!
We just talked about a few minutes ago.
I should know this. I saw this being tweeted about. Oh my God! No, I can't remember. Who is it?
Kita baru je cakap pasal dia before Devolver.
Oh no, not them.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? Ubisoft going into NFTs.
Rabbit
token. Oh my God. It gets worse. Okay, look, I'm typing in Rabbit's token in Google. It has like two sentences. The first sentence is fun and then exclamation mark. Grab and collect all the Rabbit's tokens. Exclamation mark. And then second sentence, a good cause. Exclamation mark. All funds go to UNICEF. Oh my god. Thanks to you, we have raised a total of 38.57 ETH. Okay. Oh my god.
That is.
Yeah, you know what? As someone who doesn't really get NFTs, like to me, they're still just like downloadable pictures where people scam you into thinking they have value. That's all I know.
Almost 100K.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say much. So I might get bashed by people just, oh my god, this guy doesn't know anything about NFTs. Like, okay, you're right. I do not have any idea, so I'm not gonna say much.
They raised almost $100,000 already.
Thank you,
What?
Devolver, for this.
Oh yeah, that amount that Ubisoft has raised through Rabbit Coin, I just checked just now. It's in the ballpark of 400,000 ringgit.
Amazing.
You know for a fact that's going in the quarterly report, right? There's gonna be, you know how every time as journalists, you know, we're gonna go through the quality report and say, oh hey, it turns out that the DLC for For Honor is still selling a lot. Haha, check this out. But now after
NFT
this,
though.
yeah, when we go through the Ubisoft quarterly report, there's gonna be an NFT section. We made about 500,000 USD with NFTs, and we're gonna invest more next year.
No.
We're thinking of introducing Rainbow Six NFTs, operator tokens. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I feel like, ironically, the best part, since we're gonna be on the tangent a bit, the best part, like in Watchdog Legion, they mock NFT now, like,
Oh my god.
hackable. It's like there is narrative dissonance between the games and the company.
It would be so ironic if they took an element from Watch Dogs and made it into an NFT. That would be so ironic. And then like, I'm not saying that I want this to happen. It would be even funnier if they get hacked for it. Like, that would be the perfect story for any website. Like, Ubisoft launches NFT, gets hacked by hacker.
Matt, do you want a piece of Aiden Pierce's iconic ad NFT?
I regret bringing up NFTs.
So if they make a Rainbow Six NFT, it's gonna be like it has to be something high value, like a Kavira bikini image. It's gotta be something like that, because otherwise nobody's gonna buy that shit. You gotta make something like that.
You say that, but they are rabbit tokens.
Yeah, but then they are rabbit tokens, so you don't need to go that high. Sorry, we've taken this so far away from the Devolver thing. Let's go back to Devolver. Okay, I didn't watch. Do tell me what was in the Devolver thing. I know was Shadow Warriors 2 in it? I think Shadow Warriors 2. I know, sorry, Shadow Warriors 3. Shadow Warrior 3 was in it. I remember that. What was that? What else was there? Was there anything else interesting?
There's one game that I'm interested. It's Track to Yomi, which is the most. It is a 2D Japanese punya, I think like slasher kot.
And it has Kurosawa mode on.
Yes, Kurosawa mode on. It's all black and white.
Okay, don't get mad at me for saying this, because I think I'm going to say what everyone's thinking.
Yeah.
Is it Ghost of Tsushima 2D? Is that what it is?
So, like, the trailer itself, like, it talks about revenge, y'all. So I get though. Hold fast to your honor is one of the punya tagline.
See, this is the dangers.
Ghost of Tsushima.
This is the dangers of making a samurai game after the humongous success of Ghost of Tsushima. Like, everything you do after is going to be compared to Ghost of Tsushima.
It doesn't help that they come from the same inspiration place. Aduh.
Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer right now. It's pretty much 2D Ghost of Tsushima. But it's interesting. It's actually very interesting. It's very pretty. Yeah, this is quite promising. Yeah. Track to Yomi. Yeah, put that in my list.
The question I asked them, I actually asked our watchcast guy, do they have approval from the Kurosawa estate to use black and white?
Ooh.
Sebab because that's one of the things that Ghost of Tsushima punya developer Sucker Punch had to do. They had to go to the estate to minta kebenaran.
I mean, they
So
can
they
just
had-
call it black and white aesthetic and call it a day.
Yeah, probably not.
Exactly. So basically, does this mean that legally speaking, Akira Kurosawa, is that his name? His name Akira Kurosawa, right? I hope.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
getting it wrong.
he's already dead. It's like dia punya
Yeah.
estate lah, basically.
I mean, his estate legally owns a black and white filter. Is that what it means?
I think it's that.
I believe it's rather the permission to call it Kurosawa mode. To use the name,
yeah.
I believe. That's why I said if they just put it a black and white filter and call it a day, I think they'll just...
Right. Nobody would bat an eyelash.
Yeah.
Yeah, inspired
So
by
they-
those old Japanese videos, Japanese films.
Yeah,
Let's
you
just
can
say
do
that.
So they mentioned that in the trailer that they were using a Kurosawa film. Did they
No.
mention that?
No, but it's implied.
Oh, okay lah. If they
Because
did
it's black and
then-
white.
Okay lah, then they're not in trouble lah as long as they don't call it a Kurosawa filter. Like for someone like Sucker Punch to do it, they have the backing of Sony, that's fine. They have the money to like minta permission and use that kind of stuff. And besides, because it makes for a delicious headline lah, like, oh, Ghost of Tsushima will be featuring the Kurosawa filter. Okay, that makes it cool lah for pre-hype marketing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the only purpose actually. The only reason you want the Kurosawa name to stick with that kind of filter is that you can use it for marketing. Because otherwise, it's a headache lah. You have to ask permission to use a black and white filter. What for?
Yep. I think the other notable game from Devolver is a game that's exactly as it says.
Is it Wizard with guns?
Wizard with a gun.
Yeah.
The whole trailer was just saying, oh, why is Vivi going western? Why does he have a gun? Oh, it is Wizard with a gun. Okay, let's go. The most honest of all names. You just sell it there. Alright, that's the whole pitch. It's a wizard with a gun.
Kind of hard for me to identify what the game's about. Somebody tell me again. What's it about?
It is.
No, explain. That's a joke. It's Wizard with
It's
a gun.
Wizard with a gun. That's all you need to know. Everything else is not. It doesn't matter. You just know. Oh, Wizard with a gun. That's a good enough That's a good enough selling point.
Yeah. And I saw the trailer for this being shared on Twitter. It has a really nice art style. I have to admit, the art style is pretty cool. It's like it's rugged but cute and cartoony at the same time.
Yeah, it captures both vibes of the arcane and the Western E.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Castle Crashers. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, true.
Okay. I get you.
Yep.
There are a few other notable Devolver stuff. There's one that's I believe it's like you play a deck builder with a horror guy or something. I'm just gonna knock myself out. That one.
I'm looking at it right now. Inscription.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
Yep. There you go. It's a deck building game.
With a horror twist. Oh, god damn it.
The horror twist.
I mean, good for you guys who enjoy horror games. I'm just gonna knock myself off, please. Yeah, let's go. Don't mind me. I'm just out there at the door. That's Devolver, I guess. Let's move on to the big gun.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The Xbox Bethesda showcase, which has Malay subtitles apparently.
God, Phil Spencer, stop teasing me.
What the hell?
You know how depressing it is. Like it's like saying, yeah, we know you exist. We're gonna talk in your language because we know and we recognize you. We acknowledge you. But Xbox Game Pass, nah, not for you. Ha ha ha.
You have to pay the times 4. You have to pay times 4 for your our games.
Keep using a VPN, you suckers.
I believe we need to do alongside our usual Bloodborne on PC when we should do Game Pass to Malaysia when. just to keep a petition on. God damn it. Phil. Speaking of Phil, there was no fillers. Only a few. The right people appeared at the right time and then they leave off. And when they have to talk about it, they talk about it at a long length with gameplay backing it up. Looking at you, Vamos.
Vamos.
I'm gonna call Forza Horizon 5 Vamos Horizon 5 until release. I mean, that's literally what Forza means. Let's go. Move on. Majulah. Vamos.
The Xbox was a pretty decent case. I enjoyed the Xbox despite not being an Xbox owner, but still I'm a PC owner. So it was a very decent showcase. I enjoyed it. It didn't have like really big announcements that blew me out of the water, except for Stalker 2. I guess Stalker 2 did not expect to see Stalker 2, so that was pretty surprising, pretty hype.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, pretty good showcase. Pretty nice. Good job, Xbox. Pretty good.
And they start with their new betrothed Bethesda announcement, and they ended with a new Bethesda announcement as well. So
yes. They know for a fact everybody's waiting for something from Todd. The fact that they started with Todd, they know. They know. Like if E3 was live and I was there and Todd came out to start the Microsoft Bethesda show, I would stand up and clap my hands. Like
definitely.
You got me. If he was gonna say something about Skyrim, you got me again.
But he did not say about Skyrim. He did not.
Yeah, that's the thing. He did not. He should have though. He should have. That would have made it the perfect showcase actually.
Skyrim for the Xbox Series X. Special edition.
Skyrim Plus. No, Skyrim Summer of Gaming Ultimate Plus Edition. But yeah, like they started very strong. They started with what was that? The Bethesda game again?
Starfield.
They started with Starfield. Extremely long-awaited game. Like people have been hyped for Starfield for a long time, and then like it was a 1-2 punch with Stalker 2. Like wow, Stalker 2, amazing. How did you guys get those Russian developers to actually produce a proper trailer? How do you make them even give a release date? That's a miracle. The power of Phil Spencer.
Yeah, the fact that the trailer looks good and shows a lot of things.
That's the thing. The trailer looks good. Like everyone who played Stalker was not expecting something good. They were like, you know what? I grew up with the jank. I live in the jank. I am one with the jank. So if Stalker 2 trailer has like paper clipping through walls or like audio out of sync, nobody would have cared. People were like, yeah, that's Stalker. Okay. But turns out the trailer was good. It was so good. Like, you know what? Hats off to Phil Spencer. They made the right decision choosing this man. He knows what to do.
Yeah. Like from the brand dying to sekarang, like it's literally thriving with all these developers doing games as well.
Exactly. They came out of the PS4 era, the major loser, and immediately during the new generation, the current gen, they're winning. They are doing so good. Like I think the Microsoft CEOs were probably this close, and I'm holding my two fingers really closely. They were this close to ignoring the Xbox entirely. They were this close to just saying, you know what? Maybe Xbox doesn't have hope. I'm pretty sure they were like that, because if you look at how bad Xbox was in the previous gen, I'm pretty sure the CEOs was like, we gotta do something. But Xbox, like, we gotta chop off the Medusa's head right here. Sorry, the Hydra's head. Like, otherwise it's just gonna be more and more losses. But Phil Spencer came in and really saved that brand. He really did a good job.
And you know what? The Microsoft CEO has now spotted with a Halo Infinite jacket. He's there. He's all in. Microsoft said they are all in with gaming now. They are committed. So no questions about whether or they're gonna be in the long haul or not. No, they are committed. Cool.
Yeah.
To see.
Phil Spencer has convinced them.
What else? I'm surprised we didn't see much of Halo. They just showed the multiplayer stuff.
I think
do they need to? Are they still polishing it up because of the whole shebang?
Like I think like there was a comparison by Digital Foundry. They already polished it quite well now. I think it's very high poly models but they just I think like keep it a secret for now.
Okay. I guess they wanted their big. I guess despite all the images of look at the Master Chiefs on the marketing material, actually the surprise is actually cars, because you can't put cars on there. You gotta put cars on the video. You can't put cars on images. It's stupid. It looks stupid to everyone. They know, that's the big game they show. I think like it was a good 7 to 8 minutes of just Forza Horizon 5. Just Forza. And the fact they have the developers talking about it and actually convince people. We were on the watch party with non-car guys, and they were like, "Oh, look at this, very realistic." No, that's gameplay. And they do it 3 times.
Look, I say this as someone who has never played a Forza game. That Forza 5 presentation immediately made me put Forza 4 into my wishlist to get it on sale on the next sale.
China.
That's how convincing it was. Like the beginning part where like they were implying it was pre-rendered, like, hey, we haven't started, then got you, this is the game. It's like, wow. Yeah. Okay, you guys got me. Wishlist right now.
They know the trick. They figured it out.
Yeah.
Like, who cares if the game is not running with ray tracing on every time, because this is an open world game.
So did they say, was it just like the ray tracing is only in photo mode? Is that what?
Yeah.
Yep. And
you know what? That's a good idea, actually. Like, anyone who says that oh, you know what, they're not having ray tracing, like, you don't need it in a racing game. You don't need it. And in fact, putting it only in photo mode is the perfect idea.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to see the shiny car while you're racing with other cars.
Exactly.
It still looks shiny. You still see the god rays and the those can be fake. We've been faking ray tracing for a long while. It's okay if they don't use ray tracing everywhere. Just use it at the right places.
Exactly. As long as the cars are shiny, and when like your car like moves over a tree or a plant, like the plant sways a bit, that's good enough. Like, that's realistic enough as it needs to get.
Yeah, and I guess for the podcast, I need to acknowledge. Daniel, remember our bet about what's the hero car, the Halo car for Forza?
Yeah.
It's not the McLaren Elva.
No, it's not.
And what was your call again? I forgot.
The Mercedes, I think. Yeah, the Mercedes Project One.
Yeah. It was the Mercedes. It was a prop. It was a hypercar with an F1 engine. An old F1 engine, but an F1 engine nonetheless. Everybody was hyped just looking at shark fins.
Okay, so I gotta ask, for you guys who play racing games, like, what's the promise here improving upon Forza Horizon 4? Like, what's the thing that's going to make you say, you know what, I enjoyed Forza Horizon 4, I'm all in on 5. Like, what's the convincing aspect for you racing game fans?
It's I think, like, I'll go first. I think like one of the things that I do not like about the current Forza, after playing it for another half a year, is that this time they promised that there won't be any seasons, which is good for me, because the seasons can, like, they change the layout of the track, but the city, because Forza 4, the city is going to have like winter, summer, autumn, whatever. And every time it comes to winter, the cars, you'll fly around because it's icy roads and snow tires semua lah.
Ooh, okay.
But a lot of people complain is that because they are a licensed racing game, so there are events based on the winter ni, which are not as fun as playing the game itself. So,
Okay.
but for this one, for I think the new one, tak silap, is the weather is going to be taking a factor, Meck?
Okay, so the way the seasons work is because the setting is in Mexico, and apparently in this version of Mexico, there will be like different localized weather and localized seasons. So when you say, oh, it's winter in Mexico right now, okay, you go to the mountains where the volcano is. Oh yeah, it's full of snow. Sure, but if you go down to the beach, there is molting hot, because that's how the weather works over there. So it's not like when it's winter, every place is all covered in ice and snow. So that's how they try to spruce it up a bit. And also talking about the weather, apparently when it's raining, it's only raining at one spot. If it's a sandstorm coming, it's only a sandstorm at that part. So you can basically just storm chase your around with your big car and just say, "Oh, storm, let's go there." Because it's not like usually it's just an effect where it's just they just do a camera trick and just put all the raindrops in front of you and everybody else. But now we model the weather. For me, actually, to answer Burhan's question, for me the appeal is that they've showed Mexico, and Mexico, when you say this is our new location, it's kind of a bummer because everybody wants Japan, because of course everyone wants to drive in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a fan consensus thing, like everyone wants Japan? Is that a popular opinion?
If you Google Forza Horizon 5 Japan, you there's probably a lot of hits because people want to go to Japan so badly.
Oh damn.
And then when you hear Mexico, if you just generalize Mexico as a location, as a place, then you say, oh yeah, just deserts. What else? But no. At the trailer, during the whole gameplay trailer and the showcase there, they showed that Mexico can be a fun place to drive in. Oh, look at the sweeping roads there. Oh, the deserts are not just empty deserts where you can drive buggies. Oh, there's one full of cacti around the place.
I can see it already.
Oh, there's a volcano.
Like post-COVID, the best advertisement for Mexican tourism will be Forza Horizon 5.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Like people will go to Mexico in droves, and then like the people at the airport, like, or whoever's gonna be like, your hotel people to be like, oh, why have you chosen Mexico as your destination? Like, dude, Forza Horizon 5.
No, the taxis better be supercars now.
Like, there's gonna be a big Forza Horizon 5 pop-up stand with a car spinning in the middle of the airport, to welcome tourists. Post-COVID.
I won't be surprised. I mean, we can't say much about Forza Horizon 4 because it's Britain, and you know how lousy Britain is. The countryside of Britain.
Oh, Horizon 4 is in Britain. I see.
So the UK countryside. So basically just like our kampungs lah, but lush.
Lush.
Lush greenery, but not so much to look at outside of the rain and puddles.
Okay.
So 5 does the promise of that location alone is enough. And then the whole other bits about the other side. Oh, we're gonna add the Trackmania style thing where you can create your own maps and do your own game modes. We're gonna use an AI system where they smartly pair up people who wants to do the same events, probably because we see the algorithm sees it like that. There are some cool things, quality of life changes around there, but I think the biggest draw is of course the cars.
Yeah.
I mean, the big draw is, of course, the few cars that we've seen are the cars that we want to drive. So that's also cool.
Did they like mention? Did they do the classic racing game announcement of mentioning how many cars is gonna be in there?
Oh, not yet. Because I think they're still not finalizing how much the cars are, and I believe they don't want to to show off the numbers. We show off here's the cool car you wanted. Oh, that car you wanted. Here you go. They're gonna do it like that, rather. The fact that they opened with the Mercedes.
How many cars that Forza Horizon 4 have?
720.
What? That's a lot of cars. That's a lot of cars. Okay, I didn't expect that. I was expecting like at most like 200 cars.
Oh yeah. Oh, Need for Speed is minuscule compared to Forza's library of cars.
Yeah, as someone who's outside of the racing game ecosystem, yeah, this stuff always surprises me.
Yeah. What you want your hypercars? Okay, sure. What you want your stupid cars, the micro cars where you open the door from the front? Oh, you get the you want that Mr. Bean car with the three tires? That's in there too. That you got a good balance of stupid cars and the exotic ones you want on your posters in your rooms.
That's how you know they care. That's how you know they care.
Yeah.
I guess
beside that, I think satu lagi Xbox game that, like for me lah, I'm excited for is the Outer Worlds 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Literally just a trailer.
Literally just a trailer.
I didn't know whether they would be working on it or not after the Outer Worlds 1 was a success, but it wasn't, how to say, every review had its caveats lah. Everyone complained about this and that, but it was enough of a financial success that they could say, hey, we can make a sequel. And for me, I'm happy because I enjoy Outer Worlds 1, and I agree with a lot of reviews. There was a lot that can be improved, and I hope they use the second game as an opportunity to do that lah.
Yeah, like I'm excited to see what Obsidian can do with this one, because goddamn, because now they have the budget and they won't be crunch like Buster Bethesda dulu.
Yeah, that's true. I think the biggest issue that I would have with not issue lah, but the biggest expectation that I would have with Outer Worlds 2 is that like it should no longer be restricted by the shadow of New Vegas. That was the problem with Outer Worlds 1. Like everybody looked at it and thought, oh hey, the next Fallout New Vegas. Like that didn't help it at all. Like a lot of people were expecting New Vegas, so when it wasn't New Vegas, people were disappointed. So now that they're coming off from a game that had like good to mediocre reviews, people have like pared down their expectations a bit, and they'll be saying, you know what, as long as it's an improvement from Outer Worlds 1, it's gonna be good. And I think that's a good thing for Obsidian.
Like the DLCs. Have you played DLCs?
No. I only played the base game. I never touched the DLC.
Yeah, they have some like good ideas juga lah. Like because like one of the DLCs is that you are helping investigate this TV star punya murder. Ooh. Which is so macam they also explore the law lah. Like this TV star ni is actually quite famous dekat the galaxy lah. So basically, oh no, dia punya Denzel, the favorite star, mati. So you have to check lah which of the factions that did that. Which is really cool. It is a really cool concept.
Okay. Check it out. I pretty much tuned myself out of Outer Worlds after the base game because I got it for review. I reviewed the game, and back when it was released, it was, I'm pretty sure some of you guys also know, it was kind of a buggy mess.
Yeah, I did. I put in my review.
I mean, before they patched it, I couldn't even beat the main storyline. That was how bad.
Yeah. I've seen as well. Like it keep crashing at the final boss, which is sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Tapi I played it recently on the Xbox Series S. Okay, it's already fixed.
Oh, nice. Wait, are we talking about the extended show as well for this segment? Like they had the extended show, right?
Yeah, the extended the same thing. Besides,
let's just say that it's good that they made it as an extended show, because oh boy, those developer interviews there's too much of developer interviews. I'm glad they didn't put it in the main show, because oh boy, that's gonna be a train wreck. Especially the Psychonauts 2 bit. Okay. I gotta hear this. Okay, don't spoil me, but tell me, what did Tim Schafer do in the extended thing? Let me just make it
let me make it public to the listeners that I am a big fan of Psychonauts. I grew up with the first game. I absolutely loved it. Played it on the PS2. When I got a PC, I bought it for Steam again. It's such a good game, and I'm so excited for Psychonauts 2. Okay, so what did Tim Schafer do?
Okay, so Tim Schafer explains it like this, explains about, this is the new game of Psychonauts 2, and then explains another detail about the game that you might not know, and then it explains again, and then goes on into a tangent about something that you might have discovered this in-game, but he wants to tell you anyway, because he's so proud of the game, and then continues on, and then continues on, and then continues on, and then he talks about some characters that you might want to see for yourself, but then he continues on, and he thought he gonna stop, but no, he continues on again and explains much more things, and then because how come this sounds like a spoiler? Maybe it is a spoiler, maybe it's not, maybe just Tim Schafer wants to talk a lot of things, and then continues on until 2 minutes. God damn it.
Oh my god. What was the chat like during that time?
We didn't open it. Kita malas tengok. we know it's probably everyone saying shut up.
Please don't watch that, Burhan. You will be more excited for Psychonauts 2 without looking at it.
Thank you for the warning. I will stay away from that showcase, especially that segment. Oh my god.
I wish I haven't learned and seen some of the stuff that might have surprised me. It was that kind of, oh god damn it, too much. I'm already solo this game. Stop telling me about the game. I want to play it for myself.
My goodness. So basically this extended showcase was just like talking about the game they showed in the main showcase, and just like showing more of it, and also talking to developers. Is that what it was?
I don't think so lah.
There are a few other announcements, but nothing too major lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the sort of, you know what you get when it's called extended. It's just okay, this is stuff that didn't make into this is the director's cut.
I see.
This is the Phil Spencer cut.
The director's cut. The Xbox games, the Xbox Bethesda showcase Phil Spencer cut.
Exactly.
The uber long director's cut.
But yeah, I believe Xbox and Bethesda showed good stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely did. Yeah. Great show.
Mm-hmm. They're doubling down with quantity over quality in comparison to Sony. Yep. As you know, the philosophy at Sony is blockbuster games. Show this one game, hype about this game. This game is actually good, so justifiable. Meanwhile, over there on Xbox, Game Pass, 30 games on Game Pass, not available in Malaysia yet.
I think the biggest like flex by Xbox in that showcase was their Game Pass philosophy. Like almost every game was like, get it day one on Game Pass. Okay. As a Malaysian, I'm really pissed off at you, Phil, but wow, good job.
Yeah. If you like,
imagine the kind of balls you would have. Not balls lah, but imagine how proud you be when it comes to E3 and you're revealing absolutely new games, and you can say get it for free day one if you subscribe to our service. Like, wow, what a good offer that is.
Yeah.
We'll see when the wild ride ends, but for now, just enjoy it. Speaking of wild ride, this is one that we're gonna just not talk about what is exactly in there, but just gonna laugh of it because, oh boy, what did Gearbox shoot?
Oh my god!
What the
hell? Randy!
Oh my goodness.
The only reason that I would watch anything with Randy Pitchford in it is because it was my job back then. Otherwise, I would not watch it. And since it's no longer my job, I did not watch this. So you have to fill me in. What the hell happened in the Gearbox showcase? I mean, because here's my thoughts, is that they already showed Tiny Tina's Wonderland everywhere else. So what else did they have to show?
They showed nothing of significance.
I knew it.
Okay, let's let's just say 60% of it is hyping up for the Borderlands movie, and everybody,
Oh my god!
everybody on set was not comfortable with Randy around.
As expected. And that is the reaction you should have when you are near Randy Pitchford.
And the rest is just the other Gearbox publishing stuff, like the tiny indie games that they've published. There was one game that I forgot, it's not on my radar, but I think the weirdest announcement is that, oh, you know Godfall? Remember Godfall? The PS5 exclusive?
Yeah,
PS4 now.
Coming to the PlayStation 4.
This is,
Boy.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time, because we're in this current gen where every game from the PS4 generation, so publishers and developers are excited to announce, well, guess what? We're gonna have a PS5 upgraded version released, and it's a free upgrade. Like that's the trend. And Gearbox just comes out saying, this PS5 game we have, well, we're releasing it for PS4 as well. Like, wow. It's just, there is no way to win in that kind of announcement. You are literally just saying, we are not making money on PS5, so we're gonna release it on PS4. We're not making money at the moment.
Oh man. Poor Godfall.
I mean, the game's already in the bargain bin, I assume.
I wish it was. It's still...
What, is it still full price? Oh my
It's still
god.
RM300.
Ya Allah. Oh my god. It shouldn't be.
Even with epic discounts, it's not enough for me to pull the plug, to pull the trigger.
Oh,
It's still too much.
shit.
Even with the 40 ringgit coupons, no, I'm not going to pay it that much. No, I'm gonna wait. Oh man, that's Gearbox showcase in a nutshell. Ooh boy.
Boy.
The other show, I don't think we can talk too much because I personally didn't catch it. It's the double barrel of the PC gaming show and the future games show. I put it in both because both are technically run by
Same thing.
under the same company. It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
Future
yeah.
Games Media, which owns PC
Yeah,
Gamer.
yeah.
So
Yep,
there
yep,
you
yep.
go.
I guess I'm just happy that I didn't watch it too, but I went through the list of games that was shown. I'm just happy that local made game Gigabash was featured on that
Yeah.
show, on the PC
Yeah.
gaming show. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. Yeah, but yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it would have been nice if Parallel Lives was shown on PC gaming show instead. But
Yeah.
what was the big, like, you know, you want every show to have that one marquee or important game that is set up for. But did PC gaming show have a game like that?
I did not know personally because not watching the show, but during the press, the lead up to the press conference, a lot of the hype comes from Naraka Blade Point.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I
that's
was
the one.
seeing a lot of Naraka Breakpoint High as well. Yeah, true.
I mean, the open beta, the new open beta is coming out right now. It's happening right now at the time of this recording, and
nice.
it's coming out in August, I guess. It's the battle royale with Chinese martial arts, I guess.
Nice. Yeah. I've seen gameplay footage, and yeah, Naraka Bladepoint actually looks promising. I'm just always perplexed by how this game would work. That's all. Like, I look at it, I think that's so cool. And the next question is, how are they gonna make this work?
Yeah, apparently it has a lot of hype around it. People are playing it.
Oh, nice.
I've checked. They have C servers.
Nice.
So if you guys are interested, go check it out lah. While you still can, the beta is still running.
Is it free? Like anyone can just access it?
The beta is, but the game I don't think so.
Okay.
It's
No.
coming
The
down,
game not being free makes sense. It's just that I needed to know if it's one of those like, oh, like you gotta buy into the early access to play it kind of thing.
Open beta.
Oh, okay. Good.
Alright.
All right.
Okay, let's move on to the next nothing, wild ride of nothing.
Oh my
Why
god.
nothing?
Why?
Yeah.
The question is why? Why do we have this show?
Why?
Why Capcom?
Why Capcom? Why? I know I set the bar low, but can't just do this to me.
They just went lower than low.
This went lower. Like, this is that meme, you know, like I expected nothing and I'm still disappointed.
Expected nothing, yet they delivered less.
He delivered less than nothing. Just for those of you, okay, let me start off. For those of you who are like me, who loved Resident Evil Village, yes, it's confirmed that there will be DLC. That's it. That's all they said. There was like one screen with text. It just said, yes, we are making DLC. That's it. Like, oh my god.
Yes.
Like, why? Why? Oh my god.
I mean,
And then aside from that, you know, like other things that you would expect from a Capcom showcase, like new content for Monster Hunter Rise. And I heard that the game is no longer getting new content, I think. Like, there's not gonna be anything anymore for that game. Not sure if that's true. You guys can I think you guys will know better. But yeah, I heard the reason why there's no more, like Capcom didn't show anything related to Rise, is because there is no more content pipeline for Rise.
Wow.
It's over. That's what I heard. It's over. That's it. That's why they're focusing on. No, sorry. Actually, I got that wrong. They actually did show a June and July update for Monster Hunter Rise. So yeah, I take that back. Sorry, I just remembered they did, because it was shown right before, and I think this is probably the most exciting thing they announced: the new Ace Attorney game.
Yep, the great Ace Attorney.
Also, just as a side note, they did show that stupid Resident Evil multiplayer game again. Yeah,
but nobody talks about that. We don't need to know.
Nobody cares, Capcom. Put it away. We just want mercenaries, not the roguelike one in Village. A proper mercenaries game. Multiplayer. Bring it back.
Dude.
And I think the biggest blunder, I know it sounds bad coming from me working in esports, but it's truly a big blunder if you're doing an E3 showcase and you end your showcase with esports. Like, no, don't do that. Like, you should end with the biggest thing you have, not end it with the lamest thing you have.
Oh, is it the Street Fighter stuff? Not many people care about the Street Fighter stuff.
Exactly, it's the Capcom Pro Tour. Like, yeah, we get it. It's a major esports division in the FGC, but oh my god, don't put it last. Like, show this first. Like warm people up with something like that. Yeah. But then again, they had nothing big to announce. They really had nothing big. So, like Meck said, this was a showcase, a wild ride of nothing. This was a wild ride of nothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that some people stay up to watch this only to see nothing. God.
Yeah,
that's the sticky point, because look at this. This is another big publisher with an E3 conference. What they're gonna show? Nothing. Go to sleep. It's not worth it, man. This is sort of thing that you can just slid it in some other conferences. It's okay. You don't need to have it, or you can do it at I don't know. Just don't hype it like, this is E3 movie.
Exactly.
Just put it in. No, put it next week. Put it out next week when nobody. When the news is already drying up, and then people will lap it up. All of this new information. This is considered news.
Exactly.
But is it E3 level of news? No.
No. It's just not. Like, you know, this entire thing got me thinking again that the same thought I have every time I watch E3. Like it takes money, you know, to do all these marketing things, to advertise your game on a trade show, even if it's a digital trade show this year. Yeah. It takes a lot of money, a lot of time to coordinate, to plan out the things you do. But like do none of these companies think, like, let's say we just forfeit this year's slot, like we don't show anything because we don't have anything. Like, is that a bad idea from a financial perspective? Do they think that like they're losing something by not showing all the lame stuff they have? I mean, just skip it if you don't have anything, because I'm assuming everybody in the industry has learned the cyberpunk lesson, which is don't hype what you don't have. All right, don't hype what you don't have. Like that lesson, I think it's so clear right now. Everybody knows. Do not hype. Even release dates. As you can see, there's a lot of developers who are not brave enough to publish release date. If you notice, like release dates have become exactly. People are just giving years. People are giving like seasons. Like, oh, it's coming in the fall of 2022. Like, that's completely understandable because they have learned their lesson from Cyberpunk, and also because it's the pandemic. It's really tough. So I really don't get it from like a marketing perspective. Like I'm imagining like at the Capcom board meeting for the E3 showcase, like, okay, what are we going to show? Like here, we're going to announce that Resident Evil Village definitely has a DLC. Like, did nobody in the room say, do we have anything to show? No, we're just going to say that there is going to be a DLC. Like, what? How? What was the... What?
Again.
Oh my god! But yeah, like that kind of answer we can't get until we speak to one of these marketing people. And the thing is, they never work up front. Like they're all behind the scenes people, so it's very hard to get hold of them anyway.
Speaking of weird announcements that we're not sure why it's in E3, why did Razer come up to E3? Why? Why? Why are you here?
Why?
Because I look at the announcements list, I didn't bother to watch it. I just look at the announcements list and like, this is your usual. You can do it on your own outside of E3. Why do you want to join in this traffic jam of announcements?
For me, this is literally like for me, like so. This could be an email.
This could have been an email. This could have been a press. Like, I think this is just like for me because I saw the announcement and I didn't watch the live stream, but I read up on everything they announced. The charger, the new monitor, the laptop, the mask concept. So I read up on everything, and it seems to me it's just one of those displays of we have money to be in this showcase, so we're gonna do it. It seems to be like that because the thing about Razer is that they don't have to take up space like this. I mean, every time, if you work in the industry, the game journalism industry, every time Razer releases a press release about their new product, like 90% of the time, like everyone's gonna pick it up because regardless of what your opinion is on the Razer product, there's a very loyal fan base out there who's waiting for the next Razer product. They love Razer products, and so it's never a bad thing to publish those articles. And so I don't see it's basically like them waving their dick around and like, hey, we have the money to be on E3, so we are going to be on E3.
Yeah, and I would like them to less. I like them to waggle those things off at a different direction. Please and thank you. Let's move on to the next direction. This is a weird mixed bag because for some people this is just a shit show, but for some it's actually okay in terms of presentation.
Let's go.
Square Enix presents E3 2021 edition.
Oh, by the way, I just want to say I'm so sorry if I'm talking too much compared to the other panelists.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry, dear listeners.
It's okay. Sorry. We value other people's input.
No. When we get the UR drop for Burhan on the guest list, we're gonna use him very wisely.
Because I've been away from 3 for about 3 months only, like not that long. Like I'm working in esports now, so I don't pay attention much to gaming news, and like day in day out, my days are PUBG Mobile, Mobile Legends, Wild Rift, Call of Duty Mobile. So it's never the mainstream stuff anymore. Sorry, not the mainstream console and PC stuff. It's all mobile now for me. So when I get a chance to like really turn it up on my like gaming takes, I'm turning it up. Like that Elden Ring reveal, I shouted more than I've shouted in years. Like, woo! Yeah, okay, sorry about that. Let's go with Square Enix.
I didn't ask for this. I never asked for this, but they've made a Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Why do you hurt me like this, Meck? Don't hurt me like this.
Look, I'm just gonna say that give me Deus Ex.
Give me the effect.
I like how that image is always so perfect, you know. Give me this X.
Every time, I guess we need to make for get everyone in the Deus Ex fandom to go play a playthrough on the hardest difficulty to prove to Square Enix, give us Deus Ex.
You know, on my E3 wishlist, there was only two things. Sorry, there were three things. Number 1, Elden Ring. Number 2, Elden Ring. Number 3, Deus Ex.
Oh my
New Deus
god.
Ex. That's all I wanted. Like, please, like, stop focusing on the Avengers game, please. But as someone who's been also listening to the rumors, I heard already that they were working on the Guardians of Galaxy game. I heard about that, and I knew for a fact that's what they were going to reveal. It was leaked already, so no surprises there. But still a disappointment lah, because I looked at the gameplay and like I haven't played the new Avengers game. I don't know if you can call it new, but the latest Avengers game. And it looks pretty much the same. So I'm not impressed. I am just not impressed.
Like gameplay wise, I look at Abango.
gameplay-wise,
I've already checked out. I think I put the stream on the background when I saw. Oh yeah, Peter Quill is just dancing around in the like a third person shooter. I just slept. Next thing I know, I've already woke up. Oh, next day already. God damn it!
Perfectly understandable reaction.
But the saving grace is that this is still Square Enix Montreal. No, Square Enix Eidos Montreal. working.
Yeah, it's still
Alright,
Montreal. Yeah.
And you get to see the flavors of the old Deus Ex still creeping into the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't mind the banter. I don't mind the choices being made.
Yeah,
It works.
they're putting in dialogue choices in the game, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a interesting direction to take. Not saying I'm excited, but that's interesting. That is interesting.
Wow.
So that's the only bit of the Deus Ex bloodline. Unless you count very particularly rendered bathrooms as another one. Because the starting bit, they showed a very detailed bathroom.
Like that's the appeal right there. Like we wanted to show you guys this really cool bathroom we made. But I also want to mention that a funny thing that they have continued with from the Marvel Avengers game is their inability to get the faces of the MCU actors. And so they replaced with like the Walmart versions of these characters. Like when they revealed Peter Quill's face in this game, I was if I was in a crowd, I'd be laughing my ass off. Like, wow, you guys!
Right. Did you try cosplay?
Oh my god! Yeah.
Wait, tapi to be honest, guys, I'm actually quite excited for this one because I'm kind of liking the direction that this game is going because it is an offline. They said it there. It's an offline single player experience.
Sort of like Deus Ex still. Wait. No, can't say that. Mankind Divided tried with something stupid. Never mind.
You know what? It actually feels like it has vibes of Mass Effect for me due to the galactic scale and the RPG, like light RPG elements. And then I feel that it has a Mass Effect thing going on.
Oh, the banter is definitely closer to Mass Effect if you don't know the comics.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just like that everyone in your party is on there. So you're not gonna leave anyone behind. Everybody's gonna have an opinion and you can't avoid them.
That's true.
Oh, Gamora is gonna be all there. Rocket Raccoon is gonna be sassy all the way through. You can say, and Groot has his opinions with just 3 words. Always, that's always.
That's gonna be the best line in the game, by the way. Like you ask anyone if they play the game, like you're gonna ask them, what was your most memorable quote from that GOTG game that just came out? I am Groot. Like, I love that. Like, I am Groot. Like every review. If every review probably is gonna end with I am Groot. If you guys review the game, I expect to see one I am Groot line in there at least.
Oh my god.
Bookmark that as one of the the chapter, the new the subheaders, the subheaders under gameplay or something.
My goodness.
Speaking of that, at least I know who to sign for Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank God it's not me.
Wow.
So Daniel's gonna review it.
Yeah, I have tame expectations.
Oh, okay. Looking forward to reading that one.
I mean, I'm not that disappointed because it's not terrible. It's sort of mediocre for now. But we'll see.
That's how much Avengers has affected our opinion on the Eidos Montreal project. It's to the point where, as long as it's not absolutely horrible, that's good.
Yeah.
11 out of 10.
Oh man, you know how bland Avengers was?
That's
my
right.
God. Like, just watching the gameplay makes me feel like I'm being tortured.
That's some repressed memories. How about another repressed memories? They've announced a Final Fantasy game.
Oh yeah, let's go! I hate chaos. Chaos, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm finding you, Chaos.
Gotta kill Chaos.
Gotta kill
Chaos.
Chaos.
Fucking chaos.
Follow the SOP, man. Stranger of Paradise.
Stranger of Paradise, SOP.
Final
gotta say,
Fantasy Origin.
Like I on an overall perspective, the Square Enix showcase, I'm one of the people in the crowd whose showcase were kind of underwhelming, but that Stranger of Paradise trailer, it saved the showcase for me. That saved the entire showcase for me. It's
Ironically
so
or
funny.
unironically?
Unironically. Because it was okay. The idea of a Team Ninja Souls-like game in the Final Fantasy already hooked me. That idea I liked already. And then when the trailer came out with how cringe it was, how edgy, how 2000s it was, I was hooked. Like, you know what? I'm all in. Because when it comes to these action games, right? These character action games that because the Team Ninja games, they're not as heavy and as slow as the Souls game. They're like a mix of the Souls game, and they try to take a bit of the Platinum style of action, a bit of it. And when you do that kind of system, you gotta let loose. You cannot try to be serious. And so I am so glad that I don't think they're embracing the cringe. The cringe is genuine. They really are thinking about just positioning it around chaos. That's so cringe, but I love it. I am embracing it. Let's go. Let's freaking kill chaos.
The fact that the turnaround of perception of what do you call it? The reception of the reveal and then to the demo not being able to work, and then the demo actually worked, and then people say, "Oh, okay, that's kind of cool." that's the wild ride. I mean, that's the wild ride. I mean, no, the fact that the game was leaked before. Okay, I'm not sold on this. Some people are skeptical already, and then you see the cringe. Oh boy, here we go. It's already downhill.
Here we go.
Demo not working. Call it already. Not worth your time. Not worth your... Demo's already out. Oh, it plays like Neo. Okay then.
It's a roller coaster. This entire game's journey from pre-hype to reveal to post-reveal demo has been a roller coaster. It is, as wise men say it has been chaotic.
Oh God.
Embrace the chaos.
My goodness.
Okay. Oof. Man. It is indeed a wild ride. This one is the takeaway. Because for some people this is so bad. Now it's already so bad it's good. It's so... There's so many takeaways from just this game alone. I think that Square Enix is winning. Just from
They are winning.
Unintentionally or not.
Yes, because I also view it from the perspective of the kind of memes you can generate from E3. And when it comes to post E3 meme for this year, Square Enix wins. All the chaos posting, it has brightened my days. Like you have random people tweeting, I hate chaos, like that. That's top tier content for me. I love it. Keep on tweeting that, guys.
Oh man, imagine oh god. Now, Burhan, you've taken me to somewhere else. Imagine Warhammer cross chaos posting.
You know what? That was exactly, I saw one tweet that I really love, which was, in my entire time of being a big fan of Warhammer, I have not heard chaos being said that much compared to the Final Fantasy Origin trailer. And that's so accurate. He mentions chaos so many. Okay, for the listeners who have not watched the trailer, you do this. You watch the trailer and play a drinking game. If you're Muslim, like get some Milo Ice or something. If you're Muslim, you watch the trailer. Every time the characters say the word chaos, you drink. I swear, by the halfway mark, you'll be full.
Or hydrated, depending on your beverage of choice.
You'll be overhydrated. So good. What a good review.
Man. Yeah. That's great.
Okay.
And then we end on the benchmark.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The
true
benchmark.
winners.
The true winners, yeah.
Wait a minute. So you guys are just gonna skip the Bandai Namco showcase?
What's that?
Oh no.
Oh
Anyway.
my god. Anyway, moving on.
Nintendo Direct. The
real winners. Here we go.
The pioneers of this format is, of course, has delivered well. You get all the reveals. Yes. You get the beat and switch.
Yep.
Remember the first thing that got revealed? Is it Zelda? You saw Ganondorf there. Oh no. It's Kazuya Mishima throwing someone into the volcano. Just like his father did.
And then he keeps throwing more people into the volcano. That's the best part.
Man, those repressed memories, man. That's bad parenting will do to you, man.
Exactly. You just can't get out of the loop.
I'm surprised. I was kind of expected if they're gonna do a Tekken character, it would have been Heihachi, and then I remembered Heihachi was in PlayStation Battle Royale, All-Star Battle Royale, the other Smash game.
I totally forgot about that game. My God.
I was totally convinced if it's gonna be a Tekken character, it has to be Heihachi. He's the guy that threw people into volcanoes.
Yeah. It's so funny because the thought process was probably like, hey, we want Heihachi in Smash. So, he's in that other PlayStation Smash clone. It's like, okay, we'll take his son then. He does the whole throwing people into pits thing, right? Okay, we'll take his son.
I mean, you cannot make Smash Brothers and All Stars Battle Royale to be both canon in one universe. No, we cannot.
Yeah, that is true.
But as always in terms of Smash characters, Sakurai and his team knows how to like translate the characters' moves and stuff. You know how accurate the representation for a Tekken character in Smash Brothers. They put in the Tekken exclusive 10-hit combo.
Oh, why?
In all Tekken games, there's this like 10-hit magic combo that's really hard to do. But if you can do it, you pretty much know how to play the game. It's in Smash.
This is why like I really respect Sakurai, because every time he brings someone into Smash, it's not just like, oh, here's a cool character, have fun. No, it's, I'm bringing a slice of that entire game with this character for you guys. Like Fire Emblem, switching weapons and all that, yeah, we put it in. Minecraft, you want to like put blocks in the stage? Yeah, do it. Like Sakurai, massive respect.
Yeah, any other games, other than the big reveal at the end.
Now I heard there was some kind of a Zelda announcement. Don't know if it's big.
Don't know what's big.
I don't know
Oh
if it's
yeah.
Don't know if it's big.
Oh yeah. Before that, now I remember. Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the handsome, beautiful.
The handsome, beautiful guy game with Pokemon, demonic Pokemons.
demonic Pokemon.
The game that your teachers warned you about.
Yeah.
This is the what did they say? This is the good boys play Persona 5, bad boys play Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the release date and all that, and yeah, you get to see the demon negotiation stuff. You get to see the character being fused with another character to be that handsome, beautiful person. That I'm not sure the gender is.
I believe the scientific term for the community, it's called the femboy.
We'll see.
I'm choking on my water. Okay.
I mean, either way, any way you swing, there's a good looking person there.
That's hot. That is hot. And I'm just the only thing, like when I saw this entire presentation, I was super hyped. It looked really fun. And this is coming from someone who usually doesn't play JRPGs. It looked really fun. My only disappointment is that it's going to be a Switch exclusive. But that's not a bad thing for Switch owners. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, but all these games are all exclusive. Like, Persona is only a PlayStation thing. And maybe there's a chance it might come to PC thanks to Persona 4 Golden coming to PC. This looks really, really good. I'm just sad that I might never get to play it. That's it. Like, I might have to wait for like 6 years down the road when they finally decide, hey, we're releasing SMT5 for PC exclusively on Epic Game Store. Like, that would be the nightmare right there.
And we really gives money to Tencent.
Exactly, and I'm just like, I'm also blown away by how good the game looked for a Switch game. It is so good looking for a Switch game.
Yeah. Can't wait to see people collecting demonic Pokemons again, and maybe die again by the Matador or something. I don't know. There's gonna be the boss, the big boss that's basically just noob stop you if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you know how it is. SMT. It's like the main game is gonna be like, haha, it's tough, and then like the side bosses and everything. Yeah, good luck.
The only thing missing is still the sticker for featuring Bayonetta from the Bayonetta series.
Oh, well, we're getting that on the physical copy. We'll
We'll see. Hopefully, we do get Bayonetta feel or something. I mean, to tie it off. Because I don't know, because I'm not familiar with SMT4, but SMT5 looks similar to 3, Nocturne, which has the DMC tie-up.
Yes, I'm also somebody who's not used to SMT, so I'm not sure. But I just think it's so, I don't know if it's cool or it's kind of sad that we keep getting the previous games on PC now. For example, like Persona 5 is doing really well. To this day, people are still buying and playing Persona 5. And very recently, we got P4G on Steam. And so now SMT5 it has been announced. It's coming out. Is it end of this year or is it early next year? End of this year. It's coming out end of this year. And very recently, just last month, SMT3 Nocturne came out for PC. Finally. Yeah. It's like as a PC gamer, it feels like, you know what, you can't play the latest one that everyone's excited about, but we'll give you the old one. And it's like, it's so sad because it's like teasing, like, yeah, we can do it on PC, but we're owned by our corporate overlords to be exclusive to their platforms. So that's kind of sad.
Yeah, Atlas is still working on the multi-platform thing, but I don't think they're gonna go multi-platform anytime soon. It's just the way they work.
Like I'm pretty sure like Sony's paying them like boatloads for Persona, and Nintendo is paying them boatloads for SMT. So they're secured. Their bag is secured, as the young kids would say it.
Money in the bag.
Money in the bag. Speaking of money in the bag, the big reveal. Zelda Fortnite. Oh no.
Where we drop in Zelda?
I'm still cannot believe that's the first thing we saw about the new Breath of the Wild sequel. Oh, we've fallen down this. Oh, now we have sky stuff as well as the big open world. It's still set in the Breath of the Wild universe, but they're not calling it Breath of the Wild 2. Apparently, there's a new subtitle coming with this one.
That's such a weird thing to announce, like what in the trailer itself, they did call it Breath of the Wild 2, right?
Yes.
I don't know, man. It's so
no,
weird.
the thing is, okay. I don't think they did. I don't think they labeled it. The only text in the entire trailer was at the end, and they said 2022. And the funny thing is, if you go to the Nintendo YouTube page, the full title of this video is Sequel to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild teaser. So they're not calling it BOTW2, yeah. So they're still in the middle of thinking what it's gonna be called.
I mean, it's sort of like Sony's next God of War, lah.
Yeah.
They're not calling it God of War, and not the next God of War, whatever it is.
Sequel to God of War, whatever it is.
God damn it, you guys. I would be very disappointed. It's just a number after that, by the way. After all this teasing. Hopefully it is a subtitle.
Yeah, agree.
I don't know, like Sky
Earth. Like, the only reason you would hold it back is because the mere announcement of the subtitle itself is gonna like make fans like go crazy. That's the only reason I can see why you would hold back announcing the subtitle.
They want the subtitle with a release date. Imagine.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Imagine Skies of the Wild, Q3, 2023 or something.
I'm thinking also like another perspective of it is probably just like a marketing thing lah. Like okay, if we don't reveal it now, we help with pre-hype because in the future we can like get people to write more articles just based on the fact we revealed the title. And that's also a marketing angle to it lah.
You know, someone is working on marketing so much right now just on this podcast alone. By the way. so many what you say, not deep cuts, what you say, inside baseball stuff.
Yes.
Which is always welcome. And I guess that's the whole overview of the Summer E3 2021 Game Fest of Gaming as far as Gamer Matters is concerned. I mean, there's more, but we're not counting anymore.
We're not gonna wait for July. Come on.
That's the July stuff. Not gonna count it.
When we get there.
Summer ends now. I mean, summer isn't even in Malaysia. We don't know where the season starts and stops.
Our entire year is summer.
The endless.
That's the problem.
So yeah, let's just go through. I mean, this is basically the end of the show. Let's go through each of our personal picks. What are the games you guys are excited on a personal level?
I'm gonna I'll let you guys talk first.
Alright. So by order then, Meck, go first.
Alright. Surprising no one, Vamos Horizon is on my list.
Yes.
And just for that 10-minute reveal alone is already risen to the top of my anticipated 2021 games. I mean, it's coming this year. This was before. Before this, it was Deathloop. That's coming. That's still coming.
Ooh,
that did not appear anyway and in any form because of Bethesda has a new stepfather now. No, Bethesda has married someone else. So,
but it's still weird. Like. Good thing you brought that up because I think it's weird that they didn't show more of Deathloop.
Yeah, because Deathloop.
I'm assuming because they don't have anything else to show.
That and also because Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo is under Papa PlayStation. PS5 is exclusive.
Oh, okay. So that's what you meant just now. Okay, because I was still thinking they were under Bethesda. Okay.
I mean, it's still under Bethesda, but Microsoft say no. We don't
see.
talk to the Bethesda channels.
That's what happened.
Until the exclusive stops, and then after the exclusive stop, for sure, Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, Xbox Game Pass. For sure.
Yeah.
But until then,
for sure.
Until then, Sony has to market that baby.
True. So we have something to look forward to in the PlayStation. What they call state of play. Yeah, the next.
Yeah.
We'll have something to look forward to there. Yeah.
Yeah. So vamos Horizon. And then there's another game we didn't talk until now. It appeared at the Wholesome Direct. It's called Shashingo.
Oh.
Do you want to learn basic Japanese vocabulary? Do you like photography games? This is the game. You have to learn, you have to snap pictures of something, and that something is written in Japanese letters. So for those who have like basic Japanese 101, who wants to like get the new vocabulary in, or as they say, the Atarashi Kotoba.
Oh.
So I mean, I learned just middle school level Japanese for an international language class. That's all I know, and that's basically the target market for this game.
I see.
What
platform is it going to be released on?
PC.
Sashingo. Okay,
it's very niche and it's very for me. So I'm looking forward to that one whenever it comes. The next is also
wait. Is the Sashin as in Sashin photo Sashin picture?
Oh, Sashin is photo. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So language.
I think so. I think Sashin means photo. Yeah. And Go is like language. You're right. There you go. That's what it stands for. Okay.
Right. Okay, makes sense.
Makes
a lot of sense. God damn it, you guys. Alright. The next on my list is this weird game that was announced on Xbox. It's Contraband.
Oh.
This game, I dismissed it at first because it's another Just Cause developer open world game, this time with co-op. And then people start talking about, we've discovered that a Malaysian novelist has been is involved with the development of this game, because this game is being set in 1970s Southeast Asia, in a fictional regional of Bayan. And I remember Just Cause 2, remember Panau, remember Awan Cendawan power plant, remember Bandar Seleke,
remember Bukit Merbahaya.
Back in, man. Back in. Okay, I'm expecting the goofy but actually really appropriately translated memes of four locations. So I'm in. Contraband, let's go. Whatever if it's another boring open world game, that's okay if the setting is fun.
All that matters is fun.
Yes.
The other two games are Unpacking. I've mentioned this earlier before. Unpacking stuff is fun. Also, if you are listening during the time of Steam Next Fest, it has a demo. You can try it out. You can unpack stuff you own at your own accord.
Thank you, Meck. I did not know that.
It's up there. It's the demos now live. And also Shin Megami Tensei 5. Not necessarily for the pretty handsome looking person, but
hey, we don't judge. You can admit it.
I mean, it has a contribution, but not necessarily the most. Let's just say it there. Daniel, what are you looking forward to?
Alright, I'll just go from bottom to top. I'm very excited for Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Okay, Wonderlands, not Wonderworld.
No, it's not Balan Wonderland. It's Wonderland.
I heard the mere mention of Balan Wonderworld or Wonderland. It strikes PTSD into game journalists. I heard that's what happened when you mentioned the game.
I'm so glad we didn't request a copy for that, because oh boy. I've played the demo and I've averted a disaster. That's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, like from what I've heard from the new Tiny Tina game, there is for the first time in the Borderlands series customizable characters. Like we are basically our own character, which is interesting.
I didn't know that. So there's no like preset classes
Nope.
and characters with just like changeable aesthetics anymore. So you really like make your own person.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
So yeah, it is interesting, and it is based on Dungeons and Dragons. So very there.
I mean,
But
no grenades,
it's
no magic.
the Dungeons and Dragons that's like DM'd by Tiny Tina herself, right?
Yeah, boy.
I like the idea that when they said that, because Tiny Tina's the like DM, like she can like just randomly change the locations while you're in the dungeon or in the maps. And I want to see them nail that. I don't want that to be just like a gimmick that they mention and it happens like once or twice and that's it. I really want them to do that. Like you're playing in a dungeon and suddenly you hear Tiny Tina's voice or like a big echoey voice. Like, you know what? It's kind of boring. Let's add like 2 dragons into it. Like, boom, 2 dragons. Like, now that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the boss fight, dragons with guns. Both guns.
Yes, exactly. That's the kind of thing I want to see.
Yeah, dragons with guns, sequel to Wizard with a gun.
Okay. Then next up is Road 96, a game we recently played for our Malay channel, and that game is something else. It is basically, I think, the next The Walking Dead, basically.
Ooh.
Because it's a choose your own adventure game, but there are branching paths. Basically, your choices really do matter. Like we played yesterday for our recording of Cuba Tries Testego. Meck let one of the characters get arrested by the police in exchange for us getting away from the police. Which is, I think,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I think I saw a gameplay that you can help the guy, and then we can get to know him. Like, wow.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I went and played through another round of that, and I got 2 different stories as well. Another time, I went out and hang out with a couple of robbers, and they were just like jolly guys that I helped, and then I'm just walking down some road alone with nothing, just ambience, which is weird, but you can do that.
Yeah, it is procedurally generated in the story, so that is like, wow, what are we going to get there next? Which is amazing.
Like
that's interesting.
I believe it's kind of like they're doing like you're gonna be treated to a different vignette of story each time you boot up the game, sort of like that. And you're gonna end up different places in the journey. So, and also your choices can like carry over. There's some roguelike things as well, I believe, but a lot of, if you like very weird stories with branching choices, this gonna throw you off a bit in terms of, this is not just one route and then multiple routes. The route, the branching paths are not as clear, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Go try out the demo. Again, Steam Deck Fest.
Let's go. Searching for it right now.
Alright. So next up on my list is I think by Burhan and Meck. I'm still going to be solid about it, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
They say as they try to hold back tears.
Look, I'm gonna tear up if it becomes Galaxy of the Guardians 2 before the next Deus Ex. Now that's a problem. I've lost too many franchises from this thing, man. I'm still not getting my Armored Core.
But yeah, like it's been a while since I've enjoyed like this character action game, the beat 'em up new style, and like the Guardians of the Galaxy the game has more good unique stuff in it that I might be interested to play. and it's probably miles better than Avengers, even though it was on sale for like berapa, 80 ringgit during the last sale. I thought about it. I thought about buying it, but then I like, nah. Thanks to this game reveal, I might as well wait for Guardian Galaxy then. It might be the better Marvel branded game.
Yep.
Yep. Totally. Like despite me not being interested, I can totally like understand why you'd be hyped for it. Yeah.
Then we have Starfield. I mean, it's just basically Space Skyrim, alright? So, thought I wouldn't even have to pay you for this since it's day one on Game Pass.
I mean, nobody can blame you if you are seduced by just those two words, Space Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like mere mortals cannot withstand those words. They would just crumble and throw money at the screen. So I do not blame anyone who is
But
like,
now, Papa Phil is bludgeoning us, so might as well.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, the concept's fun. Like it is. I'm expecting maybe it's a mix of No Man's Sky with Skyrim with, I guess, I don't know. What's that movie Brad Pitt plays? Is it Ad Astra?
Yes, Ad Astra.
Yeah, that
Astra.
Because it does feel like there's going to be like a plot, like a spy plot in the behind, because you have to fight. One of the words, like they say, like no one trusts, something like that. So, interesting.
There could just be an Among Us crossover. Never trust anyone. They might be sus.
Oh man, Red Spacesuit DLC.
That's how Fifth Man's gonna get the money back, just by doing that.
Wait, no, Sneak Kill DLC, Sneak Kill animations, and then suddenly you can pull out a gun.
See, that's why they are confident. Like, Todd Howard's gonna get his money back just by all of these meme DLCs. And I guess lastly is, of course, Vamos Horizon. I cannot wait for that one.
Yeah, I like how it's so on brand, like, because you guys are both like big racing fans, and both of your like most excited one is Vamos Horizon. Like, I like the consistency there.
It's hard not to say that. It's hard not to say no to open world races, especially from Playground Games. They've set the benchmark, you know. Need for Speed just reached there, and now they've just the Playground guys just probably just move it tiny bit a bit above. So, what can I say? Now is the time to check if Anand's still here.
Anan, are you alive? I don't think so. So Burhan jalan lah.
Okay. If Anan comes back, I'll give my spot to him. Okay, so for me, I guess top three, I would say number one is, of course, Elden Ring, baby. I've been waiting for this for years. I am a big freaking From Software fan. Love their games, except for Dark Souls 2. We don't talk about that here. But yeah, I'm super excited for Elden Ring. The trailer shows, like, I'm very intrigued to find out how From Software will handle a big open world. It's something they haven't done before. All the Souls game, Bloodborne, Sekiro, it's all like self-contained levels and a world that's not that open. Like, they're tiered and interconnected locations, but they're not open world. So them doing open world is going to be interesting, because one of the biggest appeals of the Souls games was exploration, like going to explore that corner where you don't know if it's going to be safe or not. Trying to find a treasure where people are trying to trick you, like, hey, a treasure ahead, and it's like an endless pit, and you might just jump into it, and you die, and you get tricked. But that's part of the Dark Souls joy. And so I'm really intrigued to see how would they translate that into a gigantic world that's so big you can have a horse. Like the moment I saw that you could ride a horse, like I was, how are they going to do this? So I'm so interested in that. And then I also want to know like what is the George R.R. Martin element of this game, because they roped him in to make this game. Because it's always interesting from the perspective that the From Software has been very good when it comes to lore. They don't need help with that. They're very good at building interesting worlds and using environmental storytelling. So why do you need George R.R. Martin? What for? So I'm interested to find that out as well. And yeah, it's it's something we've all been waiting for. We want another Souls game, and I'm also hoping that this could be the cumulative thing, the final game that uses all the lessons they learned from Dark Souls, from Bloodborne, from Sekiro, because you can only stretch this formula so far. Because if you're a big Souls fan, if you're or even a regular Souls fan, you've played some of the games, you read the synopsis of Elden Ring, it's just like the same plots as the other Dark Souls game. You are the tarnished one, and you have to save a world that's already been destroyed. It's very depressing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as every other Souls game. So I think like this should be their final masterpiece before they try to do something else. Get Elden Ring right, and then experiment with other types of games, because this formula, it has been stretched. You cannot do this again. That's what I think. And aside from Elden Ring, two other games that I'm excited for, of course, Psychonauts 2. And I'm going to take heed of Meck's and Daniel's advice not to watch the Xbox Extended Showcase.
No, don't.
Because there's spoilers. Because I'm super excited. Psychonauts 2, for those of you who never played the first game, it's very cheap on Steam, and you can run it usually with a regular laptop. It's very old PS2 era game. It's a game where you basically go into people's brains to help them out and figure out what's bothering them, what's making them block your progress in the game. It's very interesting, and Psychonauts 2 is just more of that. So I'm excited. Last but not least, Stalker 2, baby. Like, wow. It's cheeky breaky, but in 4K. That's all I need. Like, you just tell me I'm gonna be going back to Chernobyl, to the zone, and the graphics are good. You know what? Like they could have just called this Stalker Remastered or Stalker Remake, and I would have still been happy. So being able to see Stalker 2, I'm happy enough. So that's the three for me: Elden Ring, Psychonauts 2, and Stalker 2. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One thing about Stalker, I'm interested to see how it runs on console, because this is their first time on console. Which, even though the Series S, even though it's on the Series S and X, they aren't slouches. So I'm interested to see how they run those games.
It's the funny thing is that the original Stalker doesn't even run that well on PC.
I am very interested.
It is the equivalent. It is the video game equivalent of a car that has been put together with duct tape and glue. That is the game, Like you could patch one thing and like 5 other things would break in that game. It is that bad. And so seeing them take this new game, not just for PC, but also putting it on console, it's going to be very interesting. And the funny thing is, a lot of long-time Stalker fans, like, they are not going to be surprised by this. Like, if I boot up Stalker 2 day one and the game just flat out crashes on me, I wouldn't be surprised. I would only be disappointed that it didn't crash, and then there will be an error message in Russian. That would be the only thing that disappoints me. Yeah, like if it crashes, like, yeah, you know what? I did that to myself. I bought Stalker 2 full price day one. I did that to myself. I deserve the blame. So yeah, like it's gonna be cool to see how they get this game running when it's released.
I think I know how. Like, they asked the help of Top Howard. Is it okay that if we install this on the consoles, and then like probably Phil on the side as well, looking at Todd just nodding yes, and then Todd is saying, yeah, you can do that.
And then proceeds to duct tape also.
Like the game as well.
Like Todd's probably gonna give like a good suggestion, like, oh hey, your game's about like radiation and a really like hostile environment. Like just say all these bugs and glitches are because of the zone. You're being affected.
Yeah.
That's why it's happening. Like, oh, you see that that over there who's clipping into a rock. Yeah, that's the zone doing it. Like that's just an anomaly.
It just works, Remember the word.
It just works. It just works.
Oh God. Looking forward to see Stalker.
For me, overall, when I look back at the entire showcase and I look at all the big announcements that were made, E3 this year was pretty good. In my humble opinion, I enjoyed it. Yeah, sure, there were a lot of games that weren't what I wanted. I didn't get Deus Ex. That breaks my heart. That breaks Meck's heart as well. But we got a lot. We got Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild 2, new Forza Horizon, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Stalker 2. There's a lot. I mean, nobody mentioned Tales of Arise, which I think is also really promising. Looks really fun. There's a lot. There's a lot to love from this year. So I think overall, E3 this year was pretty good. Pretty good.
Not by the guys in the tinfoil hats.
Look at it at this way. For one game you don't like or not for your cup of tea, there's gotta be someone over there in some country you don't even know existed are screaming their hearts out for it. I'll just look at everything like that. Probably even the jankiest game, somebody is gonna be happy about it. So just let them be happy. It's okay. If you get one game you're excited for, I think that's good enough.
Yeah, that's a good E3 right there. You get one game, that's it. Good enough.
Remember that E3 is for all of the people who plays games. It's for all the gamers out there. E3 is not there just for you. And you only.
Exactly.
But it's always fascinating to see the reaction of people of if they are at this point of time and they're saying E3 sucks, okay, so they are not fan of this publisher, this game. You can already make social deductions from this.
Yeah,
so,
true.
Or maybe they are Sony fanboys.
You know,
I think a good way to look at it for me is that if I imagine Danial and Meck in a parallel universe who still love for Forza Horizon, but they're not game journalists. If you guys weren't game journalists and you were tuning into E3 this year and Forza Horizon 5 was announced, I think that will be enough to convince you that E3 this year was good.
Yep.
Even if everything sucks. Even if everything we don't care about.
Even if everything sucks, but because you guys are just big Forza Horizon fans, they announced Forza Horizon 5 and it's a good announcement. Yeah, E3 was good this year.
And remember well that not everybody in the world likes cars.
Yes.
It could have been just me and Daniel. Everybody just in the chat is just like, what?
What's so good about this?
Why? Cars are obsolete, man. Trains now. We drive trains. Public transport is the future, no? People. I'm not gonna say anything to that. Some people are like that. It's fine.
You have the Microsoft Flight Sim crowd on the other side. Boo boo.
Oh.
Planes are the future.
Yeah. So just remember that when it comes to are you satisfied with E3? Just remember that. Put that into perspective, and you'll enjoy the show much more. Even the cringe can be enjoyable.
Yes, embrace the cringe.
And look, you know who gets it worse? The people who are gonna write 100 articles about all of the announcements. So spare a thought for that.
The real MVPs.
I think that's gonna wrap up for our. Hold on, where's the name? The Summer of Summer E3 2021 Game Fest of Gaming episode of dia.log, the Game Matters podcast.
Yeah. This is definitely, if there was an award show for best podcast episode title, this would be my vote. Summer of Summer E3 2021 of Gaming Fest. There we go.
Before we sign off, how about we promote our social links? Burhan, where can we find you?
Alright, thank you for having me, Gamer Matters. For you listeners, if you're interested to get more gaming and esports hot takes from me, you can find me on Twitter at Burhan Plays, all lower cap and no spaces or anything. BURHANPLAYS.
Right?
Yep, that's all from me.
I'll go there. You can follow me on twitter.com at flakyfl4ky. I will have a review on a very special laptop, the Acer Nitro 5, coming at the end of June. It is a beast. A beast of a laptop. So, Anand, are you still alive? No? Okay. Meck?
And I have been Abirul Mekronos Ashraf, Meckronos. You can find me on Twitter with that. Already came out on GamerMatters.com. Oh, finally. We have a review for Chivalry 2, which is out now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. If this is not the E3 2021 episode, it would have been me screaming, and other medieval warfare jokes. But for now, you can tune into that article on GameMatters.com. Coming up on the site, there's gonna be not a review, but rather a launch impressions for the quote-unquote new MMO, Fantasy Star Online 2.
Ooh.
That's out. The Create Your Husbando /waifu /abomination simulator is out in the wild now. And also 2 more game reviews coming out soon, which you'll know when it comes out. So yeah, that's your lot. There's dia.log, the Game Matters podcast, and
thank you for listening.
Have a merry E3.
Enjoy your Summer of Summer E3 2021 Game Fest of Gaming if you are still celebrating.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, everybody. Elden Ring, baby.